about BLK Fefails in Western society?
Oh, so when you mean Western, obviously you're speaking American. That's
Do you not know what Western society is? I'm
yeah.
starting to realize.
Typically, when we say Western society, we're speaking about America.
No, that's not even, Western society is just another way of saying Western ideology, which stems from Europe. It's basically European society. So that's not really just US, it's the UK as well and Europe. Western
I
society
would
doesn't
disagree.
Western do you even know you would disagree? So you're saying Western
Yeah.
society usually just means America. Okay, let's
In
look up the word.
modern
Let's
times,
look up.
yes. When you
No,
say
no, no, no.
Western
There's no
society,
modern terms. No, there's actually the definition. Okay, we're not gonna change words to suit our narrative. We have to use what the word means and for the definition. Okay.
sure.
Now, the definition of Western society refers to the developed social norm, belief systems, and intellectual traditions rooted in European history, encompassing Western Central Europe, North America, Australia, and New Zealand.
Okay, now
So
oh,
it's
yeah,
bigger.
wait, hold on.
So
Wait one
it's
second.
bigger.
I think
No,
yeah. Okay.
no. It's bigger than the US.
Oh, okay. Thank you for
Do you understand?
clarifying. Yeah, oh, absolutely. I thank you for giving me the verbatim definition. Do you mind reading the beginning one more time, just the front of it? Not the whole thing, but just
Okay.
so I could hear that one more time.
Refers to the developed social norms, belief, and systems. No, sorry. Refers to the developed social norms, belief, systems, and intellectual tradition rooted in European history. That's
Right.
literally the
Yeah.
first sentence.
The key what
So, is the US in Europe?
so the key word is rooted. Rooted.
Yeah, rooted in Europe.
Right. Right.
Europe.
Rooted. Rooted.
Is the US rooted in Europe?
Yeah, some aspects, absolutely. But we're
No,
not
it's not
tied to you
rooted.
guys. We don't have,
Come
ma'am,
on,
we
just
don't
just
have
admit.
ties to you guys in the modern times if it doesn't have to do
Listen
with.
to.
We're not.
Is the US
So,
rooted in Europe?
so
Yes
in
or
some
no?
aspects, yes.
It's
In some
not. It's
aspects,
not. How is it rooted in Europe when it's not in Europe?
because you don't, you guys don't
Because
own.
what?
You
Because
don't,
what?
because you guys
What?
don't own
Because
America anymore,
what?
Goofy.
What?
We're a
How is
sovereign
it rooted? How
society
is it rooted in Europe if it's not in Europe?
because we're a sovereign country, ma'am.
Yes. Listen, if it's rooted in Europe, if
Right?
Western society, do you understand? Do you understand what rooted means?
Do you? That's my question.
It means it started.
Right.
So
I agree.
so Western society started in Europe.
Right, it started.
So when people,
That doesn't mean that all of our history ties back to you. It doesn't mean that. And what I
Western
mean,
society,
and what I
Western
mean,
society is not about history. It's about societal norms.
but when
So
we say Western society, we are talking about American values. That's
No,
just the
we're
way
not.
it is.
That's
Yes,
not how
we
it
are.
is.
In modern times, when you
No,
say
it's
Western,
not.
yeah, then let's
No,
type
it's
it up.
not.
And if
Let
I'm
me-
wrong,
let me-
I will concede.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you think the YT? Okay.
If I
You're
type it up
stupid.
and
No.
okay.
You're actually.
If
you're
I
just
type it
low-key
up
dumb.
and you're wrong, will you concede? If I type it up and I'm wrong,
I'm not
I
going
will
to. I'm not going to
concede.
concede because it's dumb. You don't listen. Words do not change because we're in modern society. Okay, Western
Words do
society.
change. Definitions are not stagnant,
no.
ma'am.
Western society just means people that stemmed from Europe and all of their ideologies, which is usually in the UK, US, and Europe. Because
Right? When you say usually, we're talking historically. Yes, Europe had European. The
listen, I'm not having this conversation anymore. Okay,
Well,
so when I hold on, OT.
Yeah, I'm listening.
It's just
What's up?
simple. When people say Western society, it doesn't just mean America. Do you understand that?
In modern language.
No, I don't care. Do you?
Conversation, yes,
No.
does
Do you
mean America.
understand that? Okay, so for you, it means that. I'm going by the word. I'm
Then
going
why
by the
won't
definition.
you? Prove me wrong? Allow me to type it up and stay on the panel, and I'll put it up. It's a simple Google search. AI can tell us that, right? We could trust AI for
No,
that.
no, no,
Simple,
no,
simple
no,
question.
no. O two. This is dumb.
Then
Western
prove
society,
me wrong.
Western society. I already did prove you wrong.
Why? Because you said so.
Like you said, it's a simple Google search.
Okay, then allow me to Google. It won't take me nothing but 5 seconds on Teacup.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. 1 second.
I'm starting to realize a lot of these Fefails in the US are actually deflection queens. What I'm starting to realize is a lot of Fefails, when they come on my panel, they get triggered when I use the word be okay. And when I try to explain to them, Western society doesn't just mean the US. They crash out. No. Western society means the US. Western society means the US. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Western society doesn't just mean the US. It's rooted in European history. Western society literally just means European, UK, and US. If you don't understand this, you need to go back to school. Listen, O2, I'm about to drop you. You're taking too long. Come on, hurry up. If you
I'm not taking long. Sorry.
Give me the answer. What do you want to say?
1 second. I'm typing it up. One second.
No. I've given you enough time. What do you want to say? And then I'm going to move on.
Time is not going anywhere.
I'm going to move on. What do you want to say? I'm here to debate about BOK Fefails being dysfunctional, not about Western society. If you don't have the answers right now, then lock off.
Excuse me, log off?
Yes, like press the X and keep it moving so I can debate someone that actually wants to debate the prompt.
Okay, so how do Black women glorify dysfunction?
Be okay.
And based off of what I said, be okay. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to keep my word. I want to I
don't care. You keep your word. Yes, keep your word.
I'm not one for. I want to make it clear. I
don't care. If you want to think Western society is in US, do that. I don't care.
I am saying you were right, ma'am. You were right. From what I seen.
Wow.
Huh? I still take it as when we're speaking.
I know I was right.
In a sense, I will say you were right.
In a sense, I am right. Of course.
In a sense, I'll give you that.
Of course.
But okay, I don't believe
that.
Yeah, but when we say here in America, when we say Western values and Western society,
a lot of you Fefails are dumb. You don't read books there. Clearly not.
Okay.
So open a simple book.
Do you read books?
Of course I do.
Okay, then who is W.E.B. Du Bois?
Oh, I don't know who the person is.
Oh wow. Who is Angela Davis?
I know someone from the US.
Okay. Who is let's see, Chicago, excuse me.
Is this proving?
Yeah, I'll leave it. I'll leave it there. That tells me enough.
Right? Is this proving me? Is this proving me that BOK Fefails
you said you read
dysfunction?
You said you read.
Okay, so
what? Okay,
so you're telling me about people. Yeah,
but I noticed that a lot of your talking points. I want to debate you, and I want to get somewhere. But we have
so debate me then. So tell me how BOK. So tell me how BOK Fefails don't glorify dysfunction, because we literally wasted 30 minutes of talking about Western society.
More like 10.
For you to tell, just for you to tell me I was right. So please. Let's move on, because I already knew you didn't know.
So to get to the point, right, of the conversation and address the prompt, I asked you, are you speaking about Black women on this planet, right? Not BOK, excuse me. Are you talking about BOK women across the globe, or BOK women in a specific area? We
already went through this topic. We already went through this. Get to the point now.
I'm just trying to make sure.
I just explained it to you.
Why are you so hostile?
I'm not hostile. You're wasting my time. We are talking about something so tedious. I told you I'm talking about BOK Fefails in Western society. Let's move on.
In Europe, in Europe and in Americas. That's what
Did
you're
you not
about?
just know you just said that I was right. So yes, in the UK and in the US. Okay?
Okay.
Let's move on now. That's who I'm talking about. BOK Fefails in the US and in the UK. Next page.
Alrighty. I don't think we glorify dysfunction. You can be dysfunctional and not glorify. BOK women do not glorify any of their downfalls or shortcomings. We don't glorify it, and in fact, we know our shortcomings, and a lot of us take accountability. We don't. You might see dysfunction being glorified, being portrayed through media, but then if you fall for that, then you're indoctrinated, because you know that we don't own the media narratives and the media sites and propaganda. We don't own that. So if you want to believe that we glorify it, whether that's through music, media, whatever, then you're indoctrinated. Does that help? Is that a good
Okay,
is that a good
then.
take? Rebuttal that.
Yeah, that's a good take. Okay, so I'm not basing my facts based off music and social media. That would be actually the most dumbest thing to do, to be honest. Okay, this conversation wouldn't even exist. So everything I'm basing it off is data that has been collected for years. For example, for the last 50 years, BOK Fefails have been popping out babies outside of wedlock. About 69.3% of BOK Fefails have pushed out a child with no husband. And then when you take a look at the single mom stats, it's the highest. So it's not even like they push out babies and then get married. They push out babies and never get married. So that's another way to actually show how much they glorify dysfunction. Because it seems like they have consistently been okay with getting their cheeks clapped by a man that's not their husband. And when you take a look at when there's no children, well, guess what? They also have the highest STD rate.
Okay. Quick question, host. When you name those stats, what country are those stats from?
Oh, both in the UK and the US.
So they're the
In
same.
the UK, yes.
They're the same for both the US.
Yes, in the UK, BOK Fefails have the highest single mom rate and the highest STD rate. In the US, they have the highest single mom rate and the highest STD rate. In the UK, they have the highest obesity rate, and in the US as well.
Okay. Now let me ask you something. When you say highest rate, okay, what is your definition of per capita? What do you think that means?
I don't know. Explain.
Okay, so a lot of people get confused, right? There's two things. There's per capita and then there's proportional statistics, right? So they get the two confused. Let me explain the two. Per capita translates Latin for by the head, right? So I'll give a quick example. If you came into my classroom and I told you, hey, can you count my students by the head? There's no disputing the number. You might count 29, let's say. There's no, but in comparison to Miss Wilson's class, you only got this. No, it's just per capita is by the head. Now, where people confuse the two is the comparison, which that takes in, like, in comparison to white tea folks, then that's proportional, right? In proportion of. So my point is, when you say per capita, when you say, and you're saying black women have higher rates. Be okay. When you say BOK women have higher rates of STDs,
the highest,
right? Let me tell you something. Here in America, per capita, white tea women are the poster face for single motherhood. White tea women are the poster face for,
they're not.
excuse me, they are. If we're talking per capita.
But they're not. But they're not.
But hold on, let me tell you where I do it. Hold on.
But they're not. Hold on.
But allow me to finish. Allow me to finish and then
you
rebuttal.
explaining to me. But you hold on.
But
hold
allow
on,
me to finish.
Hold on. I'm going to interject because you explaining to me what words mean doesn't actually give me evidence that they have the highest single mom rate.
Okay, here's the evidence. Here's simple logic for you. There's 229 million white tea people in America, in the United States. There's 44 million 44 million BOK people in the United States. Mm-hmm. Do you think that logically, just our common sense here, do you think by the head, mind you, that translates to per capita, right? Per capita translates to by the head. We're not comparing numbers and groups right now. We're just saying by the head. All right. Do you think that if there is 229 million white tea people in the U.S., that black BOK women have a higher percentage of single mothers? Do you really believe that?
Yes. Shall I tell you why? Because at one point, let me tell you why. Because at one point, BOK women had the highest marriage rates. Hold on. If you don't know this, then you need to check even history. Because everyone knows this. Before the 1960s, in the 1950s and early 1960s, BLK women have the highest rate in marriage, and it was higher than YT people. It steadily started to decline, sharp and sustained a decline after the 1960s. So it's very
And
much
you're speaking about the U.S. right now, right?
Yes, I'm speaking of the US.
Right.
It's very much possible. It's not
Ma'am.
impossible.
Ma'am, respectfully, I say this with a kindness coming out. I say this wholeheartedly. You don't know our history to dissect certain parts. You're taking clips of what you hear, right? I asked
So
you,
you're
do you
saying
know who,
no,
but
hold on,
let me
So
finish though.
are
Let
you
me finish,
saying
please.
it's not true? Are you saying it's not true that
I'm telling you,
BLK women? No. Answer my question. Are you saying that it's not true that BLK women at one point had higher marriage rates than YT? Are you saying that's just impossible?
Do you say that? So there's two things, right? There's likelihood, and when we're talking per capita, that just means going number for number.
We're not talking about
When you're
likelihood.
so yeah, of course, there's things called epidemics within communities, right? Like Black people might have an epidemic going on with single motherhood, but that doesn't mean per capita that we have more single mothers. If there's more people in another group,
No, but
and you have way more
that doesn't change.
people, it
Okay, then.
does
So
though,
here's a
ma'am.
question.
That's simple
Right?
logic.
Here's a question. Do you think there's more Asians in the U.S. than YT people?
No.
Okay, then. How come Asians have the highest marriage rate?
So when you say rate, yes, I don't disagree with you like that.
How come there's
Hold
more?
on, rate means.
How come there's more? How come there's
Oh
more
my
Asian
gosh.
women? How come there's more Asian women
Wait,
who are
I don't.
married than YT?
I
How
don't
is that
want there.
possible?
Wait, hold on. I don't want there to be a disconnect in our conversation. I want to agree with you when you have a point. I want to make it clear that I'm not disagreeing that there's a high rate, right? Because you could take rate and put it parallel to the words epidemic. There's an epidemic, yes. But when I say that white T women are the poster face for single motherhood, what I'm saying is per capita by the head, there are far more single mother white T women than there are BLK women because there are
So
more
answer
white
my
T
question.
women in the country.
How come there's less Asian women, but they are more likely to get married than YT?
Okay, I don't think you're getting my point. So can
No,
we move
answer
on
my
to?
question. No, answer my question. Don't deflect. How come
I'm
there's
not
less Asian?
deflecting. You're not
How come
understanding what I
hold on,
said.
no. So answer my question then. I understood what you said, but you're not answering my question.
What's your question?
How come there's less Asian women than YT, BOK, and they still have the highest marriage rate? They are still more
Okay.
likely to get married more than the YT women.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you a prime example. If I have five, I think you heard me say this on another panel, but anyways, if I have 10 M&Ms, right? Let's say they're all in both bowls, they're black M&Ms, just
Say
any color,
be
right?
okay. Do you not
Be
understand TikTok
okay.
friendly
I'm
language?
sorry. I thought I was talking about M&Ms. Hear me out. If I have 10 BLK M&Ms in a bowl, and then I have 1,000 in the other one, and I drop one yellow M&M into the one with 10 M&Ms, which one do I have a more likelihood of when I grab into the bowl? If each bowl, do I have a higher likelihood of grabbing the M&M in the bowl in bowl A, which has 10 M&Ms, or one that is in 1,000 M&Ms? Which one? Which one, ma'am?
That still doesn't explain
No,
anything.
then hold on. Wait, I want you to hear it again.
That doesn't explain anything.
I'll tell you how it explains.
That doesn't explain anything.
I'll
Explain to
tell
me.
you. I'll tell you
I don't
where.
want to hear about M&Ms.
Okay.
Explain.
I'll tell you.
Just get to the point. How come Asian
Wait,
women are getting married more? How come Asian women are getting married more? I don't want to hear about chocolate. How is it that Asian women are able to get married more than YT and BOK?
Because they are a smaller group and it is custom and tradition in their culture to preserve marriage and hold up family values.
But
hold on.
With that.
One second, ma'am.
Hold on.
Oh no, let me finish, please. Let me finish. Allow me.
No. You gave the answer. You gave the answer. The answer is they have a stronger
No,
connection.
you took what you wanted from what I said.
No. It
I
has nothing to
also
do.
said they are a smaller group.
It has nothing to do with the fact that they are a smaller group. That has nothing to do with it.
Allow me to speak too,
No,
without interruption.
It has nothing to do with the fact they are a smaller group. Okay, because BOK women are also a smaller group.
Okay, all right.
Okay?
I got it. All righty. Hold on. I'm gonna clock it real quick. Let me clock it. Ma'am, what are the single motherhood rates in the Asian community in their country? Can you answer that?
I'm not talking about second and third world countries. Obviously it's going to be high, but I'm talking about Western society.
You want to talk?
Yeah, I want to talk about Western society. I told you this from the beginning. Duh. What, are you slow? I told you from the beginning. I'm speaking about Western society.
Let me finish.
You're deflecting.
No, you just are scared.
You can't prove me wrong.
You're scared of a rebuttal.
I'm not scared of a rebuttal. I'm not talking about second and third world countries.
An educated woman.
I'm not talking about second and third world countries. We had this conversation in the beginning. You asked me, who am I talking about and where? Okay.
Wait, hold on.
We had a 30-minute conversation about this. You asked me, hey, so where and who are you talking about? I said, I'm talking about Western society. Then we had to literally do a whole definition of what Western society mean.
You don't have to mute me though. I'm listening.
Yeah. So we had this whole conversation that we are talking about Western society. So I don't know. So
but then also, ma'am.
So hold on. Hold on. So when you're telling me about second and third world countries, it's irrelevant because we actually made it clear from the beginning that's not part of the conversation. So we're talking about women who live in US and in the UK. And what are the outcomes happening in these places in Western society? And it seems like, not even seems, take that back. It's evidently clear Asian women are running laps around BOK Fefails.
Can I respond?
It's evidently clear they know more, they're more feminine, they're more educated. Wow. Yes, they know more.
Okay, can I respond now?
And they have stronger connections to their culture.
Okay, so now can I respond, ma'am? When are you going to allow me to respond? And I hope
Go ahead, respond.
Okay. Try to make it quick, and I'm going to try to be clear, okay? How can you put these tropes onto a group of people, right? That came into a country where I have far greater roots than they would have, right? So you come into this country and they get the tropes of how they made it in America, and they're this, they're that, they stand tall, they do that. But then when it comes to, because you're trying to put those tropes on a group of people, Asian people, right? Not just Asian people in America. What I'm saying is, why don't you look at, you don't just stop at the ones here in America. Look at where they come from and compare those rates to them. So if you're going to talk about our single motherhood in my country,
No.
Allow me to finish.
No, because we're not talking about that. What I need you to do is to prove to me how BOK Fefails in Western society are not dysfunctional. Okay, that's my topic.
Right.
Now, if I got a couple questions for you.
There's
plenty of diaspora prompts. Okay, there's plenty of people that are talking about Africans, about Asians, and all these people. If you want to talk about them, go to their live. Okay, I'm not the only live that exists on TikTok. If you want to talk about other women in other countries, in second and third world countries, press the X button and go have a chin wag over there.
Okay, I have a question.
On my live, I talk about BOK women and BOK Fefails who live in Western society.
Okay, much respect. Okay, let me respond. Okay, I heard you. Let me respond.
So I don't want to hear second and third world countries. I want to hear BOK Fefails who live in the US and in the UK and how they are not glorifying dysfunction, because you ain't telling me nothing right now.
I get it. I heard you twice now. I heard you.
Well, I have to keep telling you this.
Okay.
So get back to the point.
You said,
it looks like you're struggling.
You said, ma'am, you said that Asian women are running laps around BLK woman. Can you name me the first Asian female vice president? Because I can name you the first BLK one. Oh wait, last time I checked, we had
What does
yeah,
that even mean?
yeah. Clock it. We had our
Okay,
first
so
black
all right.
female president, ma'am. The
All right,
fuck is
you're
you talking
right.
about?
No
We
swearing,
dominate you.
no
We
swearing, no
dominate.
swearing, no
Oh, no problem.
swearing.
No swearing. We dominate y'all in sports. We dominate y'all in education. BOK woman dominate you in fashion. BOK woman dominate you in media. BOK woman dominate you in music. You take our personas. You
Ooh,
take our walk. You take our talk. You inject your lips.
damn!
You put
Oh
your
my
you want your ass to be
god!
fat. You take my lingo. You take my TikTok
Ooh!
trends. Nigga, you wanna
Oh
be me.
yeah,
Nigga,
yeah,
you
yeah,
want,
yeah,
you wish you
yeah,
was
yeah,
black.
yeah, yeah. Clock
You
that.
wish your
Clock
baby.
that
Oh, well,
T.
last thing.
Yeah, you the birthday. You the birthday. Hey. You can request back up. You can't swear.
Hey, amen. Did you know? I got something for you to type up, right? I got something for you to type up.
Yeah.
I need you to type
Birthday
up how
wish.
melanin. I need you to
Birthday
type.
wish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. I need you to type up how melanin is worth more than gold. Man, did you know that? You bird brain, you imbecile, you truculent,
Ooh.
dictatorial, supercilious pig. Somebody gotta clock your dumb ass. W.E.B. Du Bois not knowing, having ass, got the
Birthday. You
nerve to
did
talk
that.
on
You got the
American culture.
icing. You
Got
got the
the nerve
icing
to talk
too.
about
You got the
American
candles
culture.
too. You got
Worry
the
about your
candles.
chocolate, eh? Worry about your
Oh.
chocolate, eh? You
All
don't know
right, you
shit
done?
about American culture,
Oh,
you
no
dumb,
swearing, no swearing. Why
you
are you triggered?
imbecile.
Why are you
You,
triggered? Why are you triggered?
you're an,
Relax.
you're an,
Take a relax. Why are you spiraling? No swearing.
I digress.
All right. So
Rebuttal that, dummy.
I will rebuttal that happily because none of that changes anything. The music, none of you BLK Fefails own. The movies, the companies, none of you BLK Fefails own. To be quite frank, you own nothing.
Oh, because
Okay,
finances means
hold
something.
on. It's not about finances. No, it's not about finances. Owning actually has nothing to do.
Last time I checked, we were owed 40 acres and a mule.
Hold on. Owning has nothing to do with finances because if BLK Fefails actually owned something, then if they actually own something, they wouldn't have the highest maternal mortality rate. See, you got the first BLK vice president, but yet you can't even keep your BLK women alive when they are giving birth. But you want to talk about music, yeah?
Yeah,
Let's talk about
medical
music.
race.
Yeah, let's talk about music. Meanwhile, mothers are unaliving.
Medical racism is our fault.
Hold on. You want to talk about music. Hold on.
Medical racism is our fault.
Hold on. I thought
she really went there. She really went there, chat.
Hold on.
It's okay.
I'm the one that does all of that. You just stay quiet. You can come back up. Now.
And you keep bringing me back up, dummy. You done met your match.
Yes, of course.
You done met your match.
Because I'm trying to speak something. I'm trying to explain something.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, I don't mind a debate, I'm always here to have a debate. So, it's interesting that you mentioned a vice president who couldn't even help keep BLK women alive because you have the highest maternal mortality rate. Majority of BLK women that are pregnant are actually more likely to be unalived after they give birth. You have more mothers unaliving than criminals who unalive each other. That's how crazy it is. It's 50.3.
So explain how medical.
Hold on.
Explain how medical racism is our fault.
Acism. Say acism. Hey, hold on. Acism.
Yeah,
acism, please.
Right,
so 50.3 unalives per 1,000 live births. This is three times more higher than whitey women.
Yes, I'm
It is
familiar with maternal unalivement.
Hold on. You may be. Hold on. You may be, but somebody else might not be.
Explain how that is our fault.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Explain how it's our fault.
Let me finish. It is 3 times more higher than whitey women. It's significantly higher than Hispanic and Asian. So
how is that Fefails' fault, ma'am? Answer it. How is maternal unalivement Black woman's fault?
BLK. Because you glorify dysfunction. That's why. Let me tell you how.
Shut up.
Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how. Now, why didn't the vice president help you? Huh? Why didn't your vice president help you? Answer that. Why couldn't she change the system and keep mothers alive? Huh? Since you're so powerful, why can't she keep BLK mothers alive? You want to tell me about BLK vice president? Why can't she keep you alive? Huh? Why can't she change racism? Why can't she change the system? Why can't she change them? Huh?
92% of us.
Answer my question.
92% of us voted for her. 92% of Black.
And why hasn't she changed anything? Why hasn't she changed? Why hasn't she changed? Why isn't she keeping mothers alive? How come mothers are still unaliving? How? How come? Answer my question. Answer my question.
Will, if you stop muting, don't be scared.
Answer it then.
Then stop muting me.
Answer it. You're telling me who votes? I don't care about the vote. I want to know, how come your vice president can't even keep BLK mothers alive?
I'll tell you why.
That's what I want to know.
Okay. All right. Are you gonna?
Yes, I want to hear it. I'm not meaning you. The moderator is having a good old time.
Stop. I thought it's your panel. I thought you.
Pardon?
I thought you the boss.
No, my moderators are just as much as the boss as I am. They can do whatever they like.
Okay, so not only am I running laps around you in this conversation, but your moderators seem to be running laps around you too. You ain't running shit.
Just answer the question.
Just in your life, sure.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
That's how you feel. Just answer the question. How come the vice president can't be able to keep BLK mothers alive?
Stop muting me.
That's what I want to know.
I'll just be quiet and keep pressing on mute until he's. She wasn't. As of now, as of the past election, 2024, she wasn't able to because people were so threatened by a BLK woman being in a position of power that they wouldn't allow her to. Every single group voted against her except Black people. 87% of Black men.
BLK, please. BLK.
Okay, yes.
So you're telling me she couldn't do anything. So she couldn't do anything.
Voted for her,
so
and
she didn't do anything.
They wouldn't let her. America, white America, Asian America, Native America. White America, Asian America, Native America, Hispanic, Latino America told her no because she was a BLK woman. And they didn't want to call her their president. And you know this to be the truth.
Okay.
You're in denial.
All right then. Okay. So clearly your vice president didn't do nothing, really. All right. So moving on. So your first BLK vice president was incapable of keeping BLK mothers alive. So you mentioned fashion and music. How is fashion?
Let me continue.
Hold on.
Don't just say two. Say everything I mentioned.
Yeah, everything.
I
Fashion,
mentioned.
Music. How is that
Sports,
keeping?
Education. Let's talk about it.
Hold on. Education. All these things. Yes, politics. How come they can't keep BLK women alive?
What are you talking about?
How come you said? Yeah. How come fashion? How come music? How come education is incapable of keeping BLK mothers alive?
That's a loaded question. I'm trying to figure out what you're asking. I can't answer something that I don't understand.
Exactly. That's the point. This is the point. You BLK Fefails have no power to do anything. That's the point.
How do we not have power to do anything?
So why can't they change it then? So answer the question. How is fashion, if you have power, then change the healthcare system?
What do you think? What do you think our hold on? I'm answering your question. Stop for a second. What do you think what do you think we're striving towards? You think that when we do something that the power just falls in our hand, or do you think it's a process? Do you think coming out of oppression is a handed thing? Like you think it's just given to me? That if I do something, my
Oh, cry me a river. What
the
are you
end of
doing?
my
What are they
oppression,
doing?
the
Change
end of
it.
my
So you don't have power then. So you don't have
yeah.
power. So
Can I?
BOK females don't have any power to change anything then. So
I
they haven't
didn't
actually
say
done
that.
anything.
I didn't say that.
Well, you're giving me a sob story about oppression.
We've had power in different areas and in many areas, but at the same time, a lot of the
But
time
not in the
it's
most important
hold,
area.
hold
Not
on.
in the most important.
Can I
But not in
finish?
the most important
Why are
area
you
where you
okay? If
keeping
you
where you can keep
host,
BOK mothers alive.
look, host, respectfully, I'm saying this respectfully. I know that you're from the UK and that I think y'all tend to talk fast a lot. Please don't fast talk me. I think that I appreciate you letting me up on your panel. Allow us to finish our sentences. You know what I'm saying? To get
Go
to to
ahead.
get to common ground.
Go on.
All right, thank you. What I'm saying is that there have been in several areas and aspects, whether you're talking about finances and economically, whether you're talking about politically, there have been many times where we have some power in our hands, but every time it's infringed upon. We could talk about Black Wall Street, that was power there, right? But instead it was
BOK.
BOK. We could talk about BOK Wall Street and how it was BURNED down, right? We could talk about that. We could talk about again the vice president not being selected into office. We know the reason why. Her policies were far more. Even I didn't myself agree with Kamala in all aspects. I critiqued her at one point, but I took my little yellow BOK ass and I went down to the polls and
Okay,
I voted for it.
so OT. You're kind of proving my point is that back then, BOK women were more functional because these are the times they had the highest marriage rates. These are the times where they are thriving as a family and they had husbands and they were feminine and submissive. So of course they were thriving then.
What does
But
submissive mean to
today,
you?
hold on. But today, BOK females are not thriving. They're masculine, combative, single moms, promiscuous. So you are only telling me a time when BOK women are actually functional. But you still are struggling to tell me how they don't glorify dysfunction. If anything, you're just telling me they are dysfunctional. That's
Okay,
all
so
you're telling me.
okay,
That's
so
all you're
my
telling
question
me.
to you, because all I've heard from you so far, I want to make this clear, and I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. I've heard you say marriage several
Thank you, no
times, and
breaks. Thank you, Solomon.
I've heard you say marriage several times. I have yet to hear any other take about how one quote BLK woman, specifically right now. I'm not talking about the UK. I'm talking about here in America. I have yet to hear anything besides marriage. Let me tell you something. Marriage might hold weight for a woman, right? Like, oh man, I'm not married. Dang, I feel less than as a woman. I should be married, taken care of, provided for. But it does not define my humanity, right? It doesn't that define me as a human being, right? I can still be an excellent woman and a man not choose me. We could agree on that, right? So I need you to
Nope.
move. I need you to move past marriage for a second. Where are
I'm
black
not gonna
women
move
failing?
past. I'm not. Let me tell you why I'm not gonna
Put
move
it.
past
No,
marriage.
I don't mean.
Let me
I
tell
don't mean.
you.
Hold on. Wait. Just so we can clarify, there's no disconnect. I don't mean move past it as if it's not important. I'm saying put a pin on it and get to
No, I'm not
another
gonna put a
point.
pin in. No.
Get to
Let me tell
get
you
to
why.
another point
I'm not
because you
going to.
can't.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Let
Because
me
you
tell you why.
can't.
Let me tell you
Because you
why.
can't.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I can't. There's a reason why. People don't choose to not do something. If I can't, it means I don't want to. So the reason why I don't want to move past it, because it shows you that all the sacrifices that BOK females have done has only led them to degeneracy. The only choices that BOK females have done has only led them to dysfunctional. To a
Okay.
dysfunctional state.
So
when
give
I
me
talk,
examples, ma'am.
hold on. So when I talk about marriage rates, what I'm saying is this: if BOK females chose to not be married and not be wives, then what are they choosing to be? And when we take a look at the data, we can see they're choosing to be promiscuous because they have the highest STD rates. We can take a look at how they are choosing to neglect their body and their hair when they wear their wigs, when they wear their extensions, when they put all that fake human synthetic hair on their scalp that actually increases the likelihood of getting breast cancer. When we take a look at the
Breast?
state, yes. When you take a look at when you take a look at the state of their children, a lot of single moms' children are criminals. A lot of their daughters are 304s, and a lot of their behavior is also dysfunctional.
Oh my god! She said it.
So BOK Fefails have chosen not to get married, chosen not to be wives. But what's the outcome of that? Degeneracy.
Okay. I heard you.
Is important.
Okay, got you. So I'm gonna take your keywords, right? You said marriage. You said promiscuous. You said hair. That's what I took out of what you said, right? So let me dismantle your takes real quick. When you say marriage, like I said, I'm gonna put a pin on that. You're not from America, therefore you don't know our history enough to see why our house is dysfunctional.
Yeah,
Secondly,
because you are dysfunctional. That's why. Because BOK Fefails are dysfunctional.
Allow me to finish my 3 points, please. Like I said again, you spoke on marriage, you spoke on promiscuity, and you spoke on hair, right? Like I said again, check. We're gonna go to number 2. I already addressed number 1. Number 2 is promiscuity. Again, we have been villainized and labeled promiscuous hoes. HOs, right? I'm trying not to curse. Since the beginning of time, right? Our men weren't the ones. Believe you me. Our men weren't the first ones to call us that. It was the white tea person. It was a white tea enslaver, right? He said, "Your woman." He put our body on a pedestal and auctioned us off. And
Hold on.
Allow me to finish.
Victim mentality.
It's not a victim mentality, ma'am. And I want to be clear that the word victim, verbatim definition, means
you're
to
not
be
proving
hurt.
Me right. That's all I'm saying. You're not proving me wrong. Sorry. That's all I'm saying.
No, you said what you said. I'm not proving you right. You're absolutely correct.
No, you're not proving me wrong.
All right.
You're proving me right.
All
finish saying what you're saying, and I'll tell you how.
Okay, and so the last thing I'd like to say is hair. You mentioned that how it can, right? Right. We all know that it doesn't all the time. We could agree on that. Just real quick, yes or no? Can we agree that it's a possibility?
No, I don't agree on that. Finish your point.
She doesn't. Okay, so she thinks wearing a wig or a weave or any in synthetic hair is going to give you cancer 24. Everybody. Okay, alrighty. Anyways, my point is, here in America, let me tell you a little something. If you look on the back of almost anything, whether it's a thing of chips, a soda can, McDonald's burger, you're gonna see beware that this can cause cancer, right? And we should be aware. We should say, dang, that ain't right. I shouldn't be eating or consuming this. But that doesn't mean that it's always. So if you're gonna have this take about Black women and you're so concerned about our health, then don't be okay. Be okay. I apologize. If you are gonna be concerned about BOK health and you mean it sincerely, then don't stop at our hair. Tell us about the food that all Americans are eating. Tell about the sunscreen, the products, everything. Don't just stop at our hair, because then you're showing your true colors, and I see the bias right through you. So when you speak about about health, talk about it and all, because when you say it can cause cancer, so can my microwave. When you say it can cause cancer, so can my microwave, so can my sunscreen, so can my chips, so can McDonald's, and I can go on and on and on and on. Everything that we almost touch on the back of the label says that you beware. This has smancer products and can cause smancer. So don't stop at our hair. You're being disingenuous. You're having biases. Your true colors are showing, and I see right through you. You don't like BOK woman, specifically American BOK woman, because
oh my God, make your point. Okay,
because we have been running
your point. This is just you crying at this point.
Okay, I'm going to.
Okay, you're just crying at
this point
now.
We have been running laps around you, and the difference is we have barriers in front of us, and we still run laps around you, and you can't stand it.
Wow, yeah, I definitely can't stand having alopecia. Woo! I can't stand having STD. Oh my goodness me. I wish I could have alopecia. Oh, I wish I had no edges. But anyway,
you wish your culture and you.
Okay.
You wish your culture and you.
Okay, let me just respond. I was responding.
Yep,
now, your first point was, the history. All you really said is, this is why we're dysfunctional. The reason why BOK Fefails are dysfunctional is because we are victims of history. We are victims of the whitey man calling us booty clappers. We are victims of the YT man telling us we are 304s. We are victims of the YT man telling us to bend over like a dog and let Pookie bust inside us wide open. We are victims because the YT man told us that we give the best guap 3,000. Oh, cry me a river. Okay?
What does victim
every
mean?
day,
Rim.
Hold on, no. I'm
What?
speaking, please. No. Okay, and when you also said, well, the marriage rate is because our household is dysfunctional. Duh, I know that. That's why I say, be okay, women, glorify dysfunction, because you can't even keep a functional household. It's been happening for the last 50 years. Why do you think this prompt exists? You are just telling me, yes, we are dysfunctional in our marriages. Yes, we are dysfunctional in society. And oh yeah, the reason why, if you're going to tell me about hair, then tell me about everything else. Well, I'll tell you about everything else. BOK Fefails have also have the highest obesity rate. Okay? BOK Fefails have the highest obesity rate at 56.9% in the UK and in the US. So it's definitely not only your hair that's making you sick, it's everything that you eat. It seems like BOK Fefails love food and love the D because they can't stop. They can't stop eating the D and they can't stop eating a damn burger. Put it down. Put the D down and put the hamburger down and be healthy and functional for once in your damn life. And I got new panelists. So I'm going to introduce...
No.
I want to give you credit. No.
I want to point out something that you said that was real. Hear me out 1 second. I want to point, those things may be true. Let me start there, right?
No, I need to...
But I have a quick question. Hold on, real quick. I'll pass the mic. Go anyways. But I just want to, I'm being real right now. Please allow me to speak. Host.
Go on, be quick so I can introduce the next panelist. Oh.
Sure, you do.
Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to get the super chats. Okay, then. So thank you, TJ 4-star. Sent SE, I'm not sure what currency that is, but thank you so much. I appreciate you. Sent SEK 65.00. Thank you. And Snatch Adams, thank you. Sent $5. Kamala Harris was calling herself the first Asian American woman vice president back in 2020. Yikes. She'd even claimed that she was BLK herself. That's embarrassing. Talking loud and saying nothing. Oh, thank you, Darwin Walker. Sent $2. Talking loud and saying nothing. Go Remnant. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, then we can go back to the topic. All right, so I'm going to introduce the next panelist. We got Nerdy, then we have Haitian, and then we got Restart. So go ahead, Nerdy. Welcome. It's good to have you.
Well, good morning. Hello, everyone. I actually had a lot to say about what that lady did, and maybe other women can learn a thing or two, right? The prompt says, prove me wrong, not ask the host a lot of questions, not give the host a test, not, do last minute research. When you come up here, you need to be prepared, right? So when y'all talk about women that are successful, y'all bring up people like Michelle Obama and Kamala Harris and Oprah, but are 50% or more women in America as accomplished as those three women? We're not talking about the 0.1% of women. We're talking about at least half or more of those women as accomplished as Michelle Obama, Oprah, and Kamala Harris, right? Y'all are always referring to those three women when you want to prove that women are successful or women are doing great. When Kamala Harris don't even have kids, Michelle Obama's gender is still questionable, and Oprah don't have kids. So you can't say that they're good at being in families, anything dealing with family except Michelle Obama. I'm trying to understand why you ladies are not coming on these prompts and actually saying, well, we women we're good at these things. Not and it has to be 50% or more. Not just a couple of women, 50% or more. And y'all love to go to education, but a lot of y'all get tricked out of y'all draws. A lot of y'all get tricked into being mamas. A lot of y'all get tricked into a lot of stuff. So that being the most educated stuff does not work. Y'all can't ever. Y'all need to leave those 3 women alone and the whole education point alone, because that y'all have already proven that y'all logic and knowledge and common sense does not equate to the education that y'all brag about. Because if it did, you wouldn't be making the poor decisions y'all be making. I land.
Thank you, Nerdy. Thank you. Okay, Haitian, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Good morning. So I just got off night shift, so I'm just going to make it really quick and simple. I just want to say that I completely agree with you. Although I am a BLK woman, I did not take offense to your prompt because BLK women need to do better. A lot of times we are into hookup culture and we're not looking for marriage. A lot of times BLK women, we have issues and certain problems that we need to address. And the first thing they do is say, oh, well, it's because we're oppressed. We were oppressed. This happened. That happened a long time ago. This, that, and the third. I don't know a lot of women who value marriage anymore. I don't know a lot of women who, like for instance, I'll go to work and everyone's eating in there. And I'm like, oh, I'm on a diet. Oh, I'm trying to be in the gym. And they're like, girl, a diet. Oh, please. Oh, this, oh, that. Like, I feel just in general, we need to do better. And it starts with stopping to justify every little thing. And I basically just wanted to come up here and say that I actually agree with you. It's all about accountability. And I feel like the only people who take offense are the people who are a part of the problem.
Facts. Okay, restart. Welcome. Can you please address the prompt? And then we can go to open panel.
Can I speak after open panel? Because some things that were said were addressed to me, host. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Okay, for sure.
Go ahead, restart.
Hey. So it says, Black woman glorify dysfunction, prove me wrong. It's hard to prove you wrong when the majority of us are looking at what's going on when it comes to social media and the entertainment world and what is shown on TV. It's hard to prove you wrong. You really have to be within a community to be able to see one. And it depends on where you show up in that community. If you go to city council, you'll see a lot of BLK women who are still striving and paving the way for younger generations. If you go into the school systems, not just like higher education, like college, right, and people participating or in being enrolled, but specifically when it comes to the Board of Education and being actually in the school systems and trying to create better lives for children and their families. And then when it comes into medicine, there are lots of Black women all around the world.
Be okay, please. Be okay.
BLK people who are BLK women who are, and BLK men too, honestly, who are really striving the way of medicine. So I think it really does matter where you are going to see the positivity, because you will not see it on the social medias or in the entertainment world. You really won't. So it'd be hard to, prove you wrong if you're not actively
or in the stats community. Either. It's not in social media, it's not in the entertainment world, and it's not in the data either. But it's open panel.
Okay, I wanted to respond quickly to SOY. When she came up here, I remember the first thing she said that came out of her mouth was, when you get up on these panels, you need to be ready, you need to be prepared and know what you're talking about. You don't question the host. It says, prove me wrong, something like that, right? First of all, if you're trying to dismantle somebody's logic, one of the best ways to do that, it's actually called the Socratic method. I don't know if you ever heard of that. It's a form of questioning someone's logic so much that you dismantle it. That's something that they teach in law school. I want to point out that one of the people, or this lady here, you don't have to put it on the big screen. I'll just tell you it is. That's Dr. Angela Davis, okay? And that's a picture of me and Dr. Angela Davis. But I congregate with a lot of people when we get into these topics. But I want to say one thing. You might have some valid points, Rem. You might have some stats that may be true, but I will say that when you say rate, I need you to be careful with that word and know what that means. Rate means is in comparison to someone else. But off that, I have a simple question to ask you. If you are genuine, right, and you're saying these things because you want the best for a BLK woman, there's only two options, right? You can be saying these things because you want the best and you say, I want to call it out like it is, or call a spade so that the behavior can change. That's one way. Or the other way is just to say these horrible stats, even though they might be true, to say them out of spite, right? To prove, you guys suck, that type of way, right? So I'm going to ask you a question. I have this, and as ridiculous as it sounds, hear me out, because I'm about to go. It's early over here in Cali. But if you are genuine and wanting to help, will you allow me to say something positive to BLK woman, to uplift us and to combat this dysfunction? Will you allow me to say something that uplifts BLK people?
We don't need to be uplifted.
Hold on. No, wait. I'm talking to host right now.
We need the truth. We don't need to be uplifted. We've been uplifted time after time.
Wait, that shows who she is.
I could have sworn this was an open panel.
It is an open panel. It is an open panel.
I was speaking to the host.
Okay, so yeah, I
was speaking to the host, Haitian. I was speaking.
Okay, but it's an open panel, and we've had a lot of uplifting.
I said it does not take no longer than 30 seconds, and I'm out of here. If she is genuine and saying something, and she's saying all this stuff,
if it ain't, let me tell you something, 002. If it ain't submit to the BLK man, I don't want to hear it.
It's something beautiful. Can you hear it? Or will you not allow anything positive to be said to black women?
If you concede and say, you know what, it is true, BLK Fefails do glorify dysfunction. That's probably the most motivational thing you could say.
Okay, you want to exchange that?
If you say, no, I don't want to exchange nothing. The most motivational thing you could say is concede and be like, you know what? It's true.
So you don't want to hear anything positive about black.
BLK women glorify dysfunction,
and that's what I mean.
That's positive.
That's what I mean.
Positive. That's positive. No. You're here to prove me wrong. I don't care.
Can I say something?
I don't care.
But you had a whole hour to do that, man. You were on the panel a whole hour.
That lets you know.
Hold on. You were on the panel a whole hour. And you could have said positive things.
Can I say, what if I just say,
you had a whole hour on this panel and you could have said all the positive things. And you did not. But what you did do is you asked the host a lot of questions instead of proving your point. And that's what we're talking about. Y'all could be the most educated, but y'all comprehension levels are horrible.
Watch your mouth. Captain Sable, watch your mouth. Let the host handle her own battle.
No, it's not Captain Save anything. I'm sorry that you think you're the smartest person on TikTok, but you did not prove her wrong.
I answered your question already. If the only thing I want you to say is submit to BLK men, or I concede and BLK women glorify dysfunction.
She doesn't want me to say anything positive about black women.
No, because it's a lie. It's a lie. Yes, clock it. It's a lie. Yeah.
You showed your true colors.
I showed it.
You showed your true colors.
Okay,
you proved me right. You proved me right.
I don't care. Okay. I don't want to hear this useless motivational speech. Go tell Tyrone to motivate himself to not clap your cheeks. Okay? Tell the man who clapped your cheeks to stop doing it.
Don't say nothing about black women.
Say BLK, please.
Don't say nothing about BLK women. That's nice and uplifting.
All right, get over it. I want to move on now. I want to debate the topic.
True colors showing.
Okay, you're just repeating yourself at this point. I don't care. All right, let's move on. I want to move on now. Okay? Move on. I don't care. Can we please get back to the topic? Can anyone prove to me how BLK Fefails do not glorify dysfunction? Because the only thing Restart said is, don't listen to entertainment and industry. Only thing that O2 said is, well, history is what made us dysfunctional.
Okay, can I show you the opposite of dysfunctional? Can I say that to you? From a black woman.
Say BLK.
Be okay. I'm sorry. That is my fault, and I keep doing that. I'm used to other panels not censoring that word. Okay. Can I say something that's the
It's an open
optional?
panel, by the way, so anyone can really say anything.
Okay, for sure. Here's the opposite of what you call us. One more semester left. She ain't got a trip. She gonna get a job. She ain't got a strip. Plus, she got a brain. That means she got a gift. Got to
Oh
walk to
my
class.
goodness me. No, we ain't doing that, mate.
Nothing positive. Nothing positive. You.
All right, go put that on YouTube where no one will listen to it. We ain't listening. God. I'm sorry. Please, open panel.
You showed your true colors. You're a dummy. You're a dummy. You're an indoctrinated fool.
Thank you, Takwa. Thank you,
You're an imbecile. You're an imbecile.
Okay.
You're a
All
bigot.
right. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Please, I don't want to hear that
You're a
horrible
bigot.
poetry. All right. Okay. Thank you. Moving on. I don't want to hear that mess.
Would you like me in your language now? Can I rap in your?
No one wants to hear that mess.
Will you
receive
it differently?
We don't want to hear it. What do you
But if
understand?
I
I
rap
don't want to
it in
hear
your-
it. I don't want to hear it. Move on. Move
Okay.
on. I don't want to hear that crap. Okay?
Hey, you don't want to hear anything?
No, I don't.
I get
No.
it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So move on.
Okay. No problem.
Thank you. Now, I'm going to speak on what Restart said. Because she's saying, well, let's focus on the ones who are doing something. But there isn't enough BLK Fefails who are doing something. And that's the issue. See, a lot of you BLK Fefails, you like to say, well, there's only 1 or 2 people who are actually trying. But what about the majority? How come the average BLK Fefail rather choose to be a hyena, but you want to focus on the smallest individual?
Have you ever even been to America?
I'm not talking to you. I was actually speaking to Restart.
Have you?
I'm not.
I
I'm
thought
not
you-
no,
thought you were talking
I was
to the
speaking.
panel.
I said I'm going to speak to Restart. That's who I said I'm going to speak to. If she's even there.
She tuned you out. Can I respond to you, please?
Go ahead.
Okay. How do you where I'm wondering where this passion is coming from. Have you ever been to America? Have you ever been to the US?
How are you proving me wrong?
Have
You're
you
not proving me
Even
wrong.
if she hasn't, I'm in the USA and it's the truth. Now what?
It's the truth? Okay, let me tell you
It's the
something.
truth.
Okay, now let me ask you something. Are you one of these women that she's speaking of? Yes or no?
No, but I know a lot of
Okay.
them.
Hold that thought.
I know a lot of them. I
Hold
work
the
with
thought.
people. I
Hold the
step
thought.
outside and I deal
Hold
with
the
this
thought. Hold the thought.
constantly.
Ma'am.
And also, wait,
2
hold on.
ears,
And
one
let me
mouth.
say,
2 ears, one mouth. Hold your thought.
and let me
Hold
say,
your
there
thought.
are times,
Hold your thought.
there are times I had to get better. There are times I had to hold myself accountable. There are times I had to get in the gym. There are times I had to learn to prioritize relationships. So what are you saying?
You can be something. So you can be something and change. Is that what you're saying?
You said what?
So you can be something and change. Is that what you're saying?
You can be something and definitely change.
Okay. Then the second question, because I want. Well, first I'll go back to the first one. I asked you, "Are you one?" You said no. If someone were to ask me if I'm one, I would say no. I guarantee you, if we ask Restart, Haitian, Rim, they would, or not Rim. I don't know. She's not included. They would say no. So where are these women if everyone says no? Secondly, I'd like to say that you said
Everyone,
that, hold on,
everyone's not going to agree.
let me finish. Let me
Land your
finish.
plane, honey.
Okay, all right. Okay,
all over the place.
All right. Now the second point I'd like to say is that when I asked you, can someone be some way can someone be a type of way and change? You said yes, absolutely. So why would I put a permanent label on something that may not be permanent? Don't you think that causes more damage than good? Don't you think that causes more harm? For instance,
You don't have to put a permanent label on things, but you got to take accountability for where you are.
Right. I agree. And so one sec. No problem. Here. Last thing I want to say to that point to you is specifically, if people can change just as a child, right? And I don't want you to miss the plot, lose the plot, and think that I'm comparing grown adults to children. But hear me out. Just as a kid can show bad behaviors, I'm never gonna label my child bad because they are a reflection of me, and I would never want them that label to stick to them. I would say, "Hey, you're behaving badly." Like right now, I'm gonna put this toy in your finger and you're gonna go sit down and get back in bed, okay? Okay. See that? My son's not bad. But right now, when I'm speaking on the phone, he should know better. Say, but I'm never gonna call my child bad. So why are you putting this label on black women? Why wouldn't you say just do
Be
better?
okay.
Right, be okay. Be okay,
That's
woman.
anecdotal, though.
Anecdotal. You missed the plot. Why are you putting this label on me as a be okay woman when I leave the door and I do not perpetuate those behaviors? I
If you
still have to face
if you
I
don't
still have
fit
to
the
face I
description, then
still
why are
have
you
to face the
triggered?
stigma. I still have to
And
face the
so
Exactly.
do
If it
stigma.
doesn't
men, and men
apply,
have men suffer from generalizations from women too. So at the end of the day, we go by what's the majority, and the majority
exactly.
is a lot of women are not you, and
If
you
it
just
does,
need to accept that
exactly.
fact.
If it doesn't apply, let it fly. I have so
But
even though it's not necessarily me and I have had to change some of my ways, it's a lot of the be okay women. It starts with accountability. We don't need motivation anymore. We don't need the grace of a being oppressed and this and that. We need accountability and we need to work on our ways. It's just that simple. There's nothing around it.
but
I think
accountability.
it's hard to hear. I want to say something just real quick, love. I think it's really hard to hear because it puts in perspective where other people are. And it's kind of hard to like. I get offended when I hear people talk about BLK woman all the time because, but I listen to it because it made me realize that I'm like, okay, there are BLK women who actually do need a little more mentorship, a little bit more support, a little bit more leadership. Because given with the free will they have and the lack of leadership they've had, they're in specific places. You'll hear a lot of young girls come up and talk about, what they have experienced just from childhood alone. And it's extremely alarming. And it lets us know that you can't just be individual, right? You can't just care about your family because there are people out here who do not have the same privilege, right? Because you got to start looking at it like that. They don't have the same privilege. And so what can you do to kind of spread that? And that's why we have so many programs where I live and I show up the way that I show up because I grew up that way, seeing so many BLK women step up, start organizations or participate in the organizations that were already created by men. And it has significantly improved so many communities. And so we got to continue to do outreach. So kind of look at it as data. And what can you do with this data to reach a specific demographic?
Okay, and to
And the
respond
last
to
and the
that,
last thing I want to say, I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave because I work night shift. But the last thing I want to say is that I'm reading a book right now and it's called The Body Keeps Score. And so basically all the trauma, everything you've been through, all the bodies that you've had, all the bad things you do, all the bad things you put into your body, with whether you know it or not, it keeps score. So it is important for us to try and change our ways, try and be better, try and elevate, try not to have this oppressed mindset, because just remember that your body is keeping score on everything that you've done and it does affect you.
And another thing,
I will agree with that.
and another thing I also want to mention is the reality is, I understand that there are some upbringings. Some people don't have fathers. Some people clearly majority were raised by horrible single moms. There's no such thing as a good single mom. So the reality is, even when the upbringing is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, BLK women are the most privileged in society, in the world, if I'm actually honest. In the world, BLK women and Fefails are the most privileged. And if you are incapable of extracting anything that you can be able to extract in your own society, then you was always going to be a failure. And I'm never going to blame your parents for that. I'm never going to blame your upbringing for that. Because we are in a society where we have way too many opportunities to be this dumb and to be this degenerate.
Okay, can I say one thing? First question is, do you think that words matter in delivery, host?
Nope.
No. Okay. So words don't matter. Just as I'm asking from a woman to a woman, here's my question. As a parent, again, bear with me. Don't lose the plot. As a mother, Anybody could chime in. As a mother, if my kid is doing something bad, right? Let's say they're writing on the walls, they're not listening to thing. Should I talk to them? Which way? I'm gonna give two examples. Tell me which way I should talk to them, and in hopes of them receiving it. Hey, you're a bad person. You're a bad child. You're just look at you. You can't sit still. You can't do this. You're just horrible. Hey, how you're behaving is not you. That's not you. You can do way better than that. And I believe in you. Can we okay, take a deep breath. I know you're having a tough day. I know you're having a rough day. Let's start over. Let's I know it's been hard. Okay, I actually, let me give you an alternative. You want to write on the walls? Here's a whiteboard. You could draw on that all day. Come on, I believe in you. I know what you're capable of.
Okay,
Which
so
one?
02.
Which one will the child receive?
This is how I know be okay females are actually really, it's really sad to hear. I'm sorry if I pronounce her name wrong. Okay, I always do. Her name is Shazad Ali. And I know I probably got her name wrong, but she made a great statement. She said that the average BOK woman thinks like a 14 and 15-year-old. Okay? That's what she said. And why am I saying this? Because listen to what 02 just said. She compared an adult to a child. She's saying we need to speak to BOK women, BOK adults, as if they are a 5-year-old child. Because delivery in turn matters when you're 25, because delivery in turns matters when you're 41. So we got to now speak to them softly like they're little babies. And, we got to speak to them like she's delicate and soft, even though the last man clapped her cheeks all night. We got to speak to her like she don't have a bloody cum bucket in her mouth right now. We got to speak to her as if she's the most innocent woman on the world. It's ridiculous. Okay? These are not children. These are not children. These are fully functional adults. So delivery and words is beyond the issue. I'm not talking to a 5-year-old child. I'm speaking to a fully adult. If you cannot be able to conceptualize something and receive it, then you have a problem.
Okay.
Not the person.
Right now, hold on. So let me respond to her real quick.
You can call me nerdy.
Nerdy. Okay, I don't even see a nerdy on the panel, but okay. But you are SOY, right?
SOYP, yes.
Oh, okay, nerdy. Let me respond to her just real quick, please. Now, notice in the beginning when I first started speaking, I'm about to go. Mommy duties are calling me in the back, but I want to say that when I first started off with going where I went with that, I said don't lose the plot. That's exactly what I meant about don't take the child and the thing. But since you did, let's go there. I'll give you another example. If I am a therapist and I am counseling women who are SMEX workers, should I be bluntly honest and say, hey, let's be real. You're a whore. You go out in the street, you see all your body, you're not shit. Look at you. Look at all those dicks in your mouth. Should I talk to her like that?
No swearing. Yes, you should.
I digress. Have a good night.
I'll be honest with you. Look at the state of Fefails today. There's so many SMEX workers. Okay? See, honestly, if people spoke to SMEX workers like that, I don't even care if you're a therapist. If you really spoke to them like that, maybe they would change. Just saying.
Change clothes. Yeah, but I don't know. I understand what she was getting at, but it's like this. If you're the type of person where you're monitoring someone's tone and their delivery over the message, then you're never going to learn anything in life, because Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all the people that did speeches for human rights, even other people that are influencers, their delivery is not soft. And I know people that have soft delivery and women still argue them down and still call them pick-me's and still insult them and go to their page and DOXX them. Delivery does not matter anymore. Y'all just don't want to hear the truth. Y'all don't want to hear correction. Y'all don't want to hear leadership.
Of course they don't. They glorify dysfunction. Even and the truth is, the minority of people who don't glorify dysfunction, they don't want to listen to them. BLK Fefails rather be wig warriors, rather be in the street, rather be baddies, rather act like they're educated just to get a man with money, rather be promiscuous, but tell them to be feminine. It's a problem. Tell them to be submissive. It's a problem. Tell them to do anything else other than be degenerate. It's a problem. Of course, Restart had to go because she can't prove me wrong. So the reality is, this is what BLK Fefails are good at doing. This is what they're good at doing. They are incapable. That's why I say this generation, the millennials and Gen Zs, they're finished. They are finished. Because the only solution, they don't want to do it. See, BLK Fefails don't want to solve their dysfunction. They don't want to solve their dysfunction. They're comfortable with their dysfunction. They are comfortable with being a pack of hyenas. They are comfortable with being masculine. That's why nobody's marrying them. Do you really think it's a coincidence that they have the lowest marriage rate? Do you really think it's a coincidence that BLK Fefails have the lowest marriage rate? How come every other nation seems to find a husband? How come the only BLK woman that's married is 33%? 33%. What does that tell you? If every man from every nation is running the polar opposite from you, and the only time he runs to you is to clap your cheeks, then what do you think about that? This is what you're talented at. Huh? If there was an Olympic sport for community boxes, BLK Fefails will be a gold medalist because they'll be the fastest one there. They will be the fastest one there. All right. Who is it? Charmaine? Charmaine, are you there? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right.
Yes. My name is Sharmaniki. I'm here.
Sharmaniki. Okay, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
The prompt says, Black women glorify dysfunction.
Yes, please from here on say BLK.
Okay, well, I just read the prompt how it was.
That's fine.
But I would totally have to disagree with you and the prompt. I think because Black women are pulling away and choosing peace, they inevitably end up choosing themselves over glorifying marriage. I think we are pretty much over this idea of romance because it is not fit to cater us.
Okay. So you think that BLK Fefails, what are they choosing then? You said they're choosing peace.
And choosing to not be married, yeah.
Okay then. So how comes the happiest woman is the married woman? How come it's not single women? How come the happiest woman, the most fulfilled woman is a married woman?
Do you see? Do you hear how biased you sound?
Not an independent woman.
Do you hear how biased you sound?
This is actually a stat. Yes, it's actual stat. Yes, this is actual data that's been collected.
Statistics are also biased.
Okay,
you're talking to a real person. You're talking to an African American human being who has African American family members.
Shocker! I didn't know with that name. I thought you was Japanese.
I'm glad. Well, actually, my grandmother is Korean, so yeah, I am part Korean.
Yeah, I, with the name of Shanquishina, whatever that is, I really thought you came from South Asia.
Yeah, Yeah, my grandmother came from Thailand, but yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see it. I see it. Oh yeah,
And you know
yeah.
what? Actually, since we're speaking about that, since we're speaking about my Korean grandmother, she tried to raise us to be very male centered. You know, she would wrap our feet and bond our feet so our feet would be small. And she would tell us that, oh, if you have small feet, a man would love you because he
Can
don't
I
have to buy
interject?
big shoes. Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
please.
you can interject.
So when you said that women are choosing peace, why did you instantly assume that the prompt is talking about dysfunction with men and not just being dysfunctional people in general?
Because that's the conversation that I came up to when I clicked on the live. That's what I heard you guys talking about, relationship and men and
Okay.
marriage.
Yeah. But the thing is, they're
So
not choosing peace. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was going to say they're not choosing peace, but go ahead, Nodi.
yeah, so when I'm thinking about dysfunction, I'm thinking about the women that refer to themselves as bad bitchs, women that say I'm toxic, women that say, oh, I beat a BA, and women that let their bodies go and become big, and then criticize you for body shaming them and glorifying obesity and glorifying dirty homes and glorifying being abus whatever towards their
You
kids. I ain't
do
gonna go
realize
in
that
there.
not only
Wait,
BLK
hold on,
women
hold
act this
on,
way.
hold on. I'm not done. There's a lot of things that
You guys
women
sound
do
really
that are
ignorant. I'm a
dysfunctional.
drop. You said you guys sound very ignorant. Bye bye.
Are
I
you
sound very
struggling to
truthful.
prove? Are you struggling to prove her wrong? How do you
I
just
mean,
get
like
triggered based on what she said? It's just, yeah, that's how you know they
these
can't
things
prove.
exist. Like, why are we pretending like it don't exist?
The truth is, they're not choosing happiness, okay? Because even the independent Fefails, they're miserable. They're miserable. They need to go therapy. They go for a celibacy journey because all they do is get their cheeks clapped. Even the I'm single by choice. It's not a choice. All the men that you wanted didn't want you. Don't lie to yourself. You didn't choose peace. The D didn't choose you. So you had nowhere else to go. User, welcome. Can you please address the prompt? User, are you there?
Are you married? Is the one who's talking? Are you married? Because how dare you? How dare
Can you
you?
address my
How
prompt?
dare you?
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you not be able to address my prompt? Why are you crashing out? Huh? I'm not the man that clapped your cheeks and left you in the streets, okay? Why don't you speak to the man that ghosted you? Because I'm not him. Stop projecting that onto me. It's not my fault that you glorified getting your cheeks clapped. You should tell the BLK Fefails how dare they be dysfunctional. Why don't you say that?
That crash out was dysfunctional.
Exactly. These are the BLK goddesses, the queens, right? Wait, what did the last Fefail say? They choose peace. Does this look peace to you? Does she sound peaceful to you? Huh? User, are you a peaceful Fefail? Huh? User, I thought BLK Fefail shows peace. User, you can unmute. I'm just gonna move on to the next panelist, but I had to mute her because when they start crashing out, they start using words that I don't really like. Don't like unless it's TikTok friendly language. Don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I know that's right. With your racist ass. What are you anyway? What's your nationality?
I thought
What
you
is your
chose peace. Why are you
nationality?
angry? Why are you angry? Why are you angry? Why? I thought BLK women were winning. Why?
Don't you
I thought you was
pivot. Don't you
winning. I
pivot.
thought you
Don't
was
you pivot.
winning. I
Don't
thought you was
pivot.
the
Don't pivot.
birthday.
Don't
What's
pivot.
going
Don't
on?
pivot.
Why are you
Don't
Okay,
angry?
pivot.
let me
Why are
let
you
me
angry?
let me jump
Why
Don't
in
are you
here.
pivot.
angry?
Don't
Look,
User,
this
Don't
is your
pivot. Don't
queens.
you
This
ever.
is your
Don't you
queen.
user,
ever
Look at
get
it.
here
Look,
why
look,
are
look,
you
look, look at
angry?
her. Look at her. Let's listen to
Don't you
this
ever.
queen.
Look
Look
at
at
you.
this queen. She's
Look at you.
angry.
Look at
She's
you. You say,
masculine.
yes, yes,
She's
you're pivoting.
combative.
You're
This is your
pivoting.
BLK
You're
female.
pivoting. You
Look at
are
her.
pivoting. You are
internet,
Yes,
ma'am,
I'm
and
a
you're
people.
crashing
what you
Yes.
out.
do. Yeah,
Yes.
this is what you
Yes.
do. You can
Of
see you
Why
course.
are you angry?
She's
Why you
angry
raising your
because she
blood
hate it
failed.
pressure?
or love it. You can hate it or love it. Don't you ever get up here and say
She's
anything
angry because
negative
she
Well, it's
about
freedom of
failed.
me.
speech, ma'am.
She's
Don't you
angry
do it.
because she
Don't you do
failed.
it. Don't you do it.
Is
Fail.
this
I
is
You
this
don't
living
have
your
got
best
master's degrees.
life?
You know what? You're
Is
the
this
you're
living
not
your best
showing
life? Huh?
you're not showing
Is this
emotional
living your best
intelligence.
life?
No, that's you. All of you are unintelligent.
You're not showing emotional intelligence, ma'am.
You ain't shit. No, you
You're
ain't
Is
not
shit.
you're
what?
not showing emotional
You're crashing
intelligence.
out and
Imagine.
driving. What is
You
wrong
don't
with
get to
you?
pivot. You
Oh,
don't
so
get
You
to
need to
you're not
focus
even
on
safe
the
when you're
road.
driving.
You
Stop
don't get to
cackling
You're
like
pivot.
not
a
even safe when you're
hyena.
driving.
You don't get
Okay?
to
Stop
pivot.
cackling like a
Don't you
hyena.
dare
Take a
say
deep breath.
anything
Take a deep
derogatory
breath. Come
about black women and
on.
think that's not
Deep
going
breath.
to
Come on.
rise.
In.
It's not going to
Out.
rise.
Come on.
It's
In.
not going to rise.
Out.
And
Come
I
on. Deep
will be
breaths. Come
reporting
on,
your
auntie.
channels. I
Auntie,
will be reporting
you're
your
too old
channel.
to be
I
doing this. We
will be
don't want to pop a
reporting your
vein.
channel. You can
You're
say what the
popping veins, okay? I get it. Menopause is hard right now, auntie. The menopause is getting to you, okay? You're sweating. You ain't getting the good. You ain't got no husband. You gotta go to work. No one's taking care of you. And you're in your 40s. I get it. Menopause and being an independent failure is hard. But I am not your therapist. Take some deep breaths. This is your queen, ladies and gentlemen. This is the BOK Fefails glorifying dysfunction. This is the highest you BOK Fefails go in life, huh? Crashing out while driving to work and sweating because you got menopause. Living the dream, aren't you? She's living the dream. Don't we all want to be like her? Who wants to be like her? Is this living your best life? Mookie, welcome. Can you please address the prompt? Mookie, welcome. Can you please address
Hello.
the prompt? Yes,
I
welcome.
don't
Can you please address the prompt?
I don't know if we glorify dysfunction as Black women. I just think that our dysfunction is glorified, if that makes sense. When it comes to like our rap music and our entertainment, people do glorify that. They monopolize off of that. But I don't think that's 100% what we glorify and what we want.
Okay, it's open panel. Does anyone have a response?
hell you think you are?
Ma'am, can I
Got the nerve to
mute
get up
her?
here and have the nerve to talk about somebody else
You're
like
gonna get
you
a heart
Mute her.
perfect,
attack,
Can
ma'am.
mute her.
like you
Mute her.
perfect. And
I'm
if you
talking to you.
black and you don't feel like something is wrong with what she getting up here trying to promote, then something is wrong with you. You got low self-esteem
It's
too.
not.
You
I
got
just know
low
how to control my
self-esteem.
emotions,
Yes,
and
you
I
do.
want
Ma'am,
you to
I'm
stand and
Yes, you
revealing.
disagree
do.
I'm
with her.
revealing who
Yes,
you
you
I
do.
are,
I
Yes, you
and it's
do. Yes, you
working.
do. Yes, you do.
can
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you
ma'am,
do.
can I have a
Don't you
conversation
ever.
with you, or is that what you? Can I have a conversation? Can I speak?
Yes, you
Ma'am, I
can.
didn't. I
Yes, you
didn't.
can.
I didn't agree with her, and I understand your anger a little bit, but I didn't agree with her. I would just like you to calm down a little bit so you can just present what your side is a little bit.
My,
Just tell your
my,
side.
my thing is, you have women like her and other races that come up here and want to degrade black women with what they think
Because they
about a black
degrade
woman. They never
themselves.
walked in, and so do you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, what
Ma'am,
nationality
get
are
to
you?
your
BOK,
point. Get to
BOK
your point. You
females
have to
degrade
ignore
themselves
her.
all the
What
time. It's not my fault. I'm
nationality are
calling it
you?
out. It's not
What
my fault. I'm calling it
nationality are
out.
you?
I'm
okay,
from the
so
UK.
Answer the question. What
this don't make
nationality
no
are you?
sense.
I said I'm
What
from the UK.
nationality?
I
And
told you
what
I'm
is
from the
your
UK.
country? What nationality are you? Are you
I
black?
am a
Are you white?
BOK. I'm a
You be
BOK.
okay. You got some nerve. You have some nerve to be
Are
on
you gonna prove me
a
wrong or are you just
TikTok.
gonna argue? What's up?
You can't even prove yourself right. We are the most educated. What are you talking about? I got every right to be mad at someone like you. You are a disgrace.
Wait,
You
so the
are a
Girl,
most
disgrace.
she's just a
educated
figure on the
woman is a
internet. You
truck
can calm
driver
down
yelling at a phone.
yeah, you can calm
I
down,
have
ma'am. She's just a
four
figure on
businesses.
the internet. You
I
can
have
just
four businesses, Miss Know It All. I have four businesses, and
But
you
you can't
can't say
afford
the same.
liposuction or a gym?
You can't say the same. That's what you
oh,
need to
this is
do.
personal
That's
D.
what
I
you
don't
Don't
need
do
need
to
to do
personal
do.
neither
D.
You
one
Let's
of
can,
not
you
do
those,
can
ma'am.
personal
try,
D.
you can try to take
You
me
gonna use
away.
some
You can
meds
try
for
to
that
take me away, but
anger.
if you
With your
jealous,
4
you
businesses,
jealous.
does one
You
of them
can't
include
say nothing
therapy?
else. You
Does one of
can't
them
say
include
nothing
therapy? Does it
else. You
include
can't say nothing
um
else.
Can you
You're
stop
does
just
picking and
saying that to
does
her?
one of
choosing
Like
your
one
businesses
let her
and you
include,
can't
get
say
her
ma'am,
nothing
someplace
else.
so she can
ma'am,
say what she's
does
trying
one
to
of your
say.
businesses include
You
gardening?
are
Does
unintelligent.
it does
You don't
ma'am,
have a business.
your
You
face and your
can't,
neck is
you
not the same
don't even have a
color.
business.
Come
What do you
on. I
have?
know you don't
What do
have
you
time to
have?
wash your ass in
What
that
do you
truck.
have? What do you
You
have?
taking
Thank
bird
you,
What do
baths in
you
that
BOK
have?
truck.
Talk.
Calm
Bottom of the
down.
barrel.
Thank you,
You are the
Byron.
bottom of the barrel.
Thank you,
You are the
BOK.
bottom of the barrel. That's what you are. You hate the fact
I
that I'm
don't have
telling
to
you how
work,
it is.
ma'am. I
Yes,
don't
you
have to work.
please.
I can
You
make the same
are
amount of
you
money
are
as
a
you.
liar.
I
No,
can
Okay,
you
say
goodbye.
don't. You
make the
Goodbye.
are
same
a
amount of
liar.
money
Me
as
my
You
you
phone.
are
doing
a
what
liar.
I do
You are a
without
liar.
having
No,
to
you
work for
don't. No,
massa.
you don't. No.
Imagine getting on the
The
internet
moderator dropped
and
her.
getting so triggered that you're yelling at your phone. You look embarrassing, ma'am. That's embarrassing as hell. You're old as hell yelling at your phone. Triggered. No emotional intelligence. You're proving the prompt right, ma'am.
Thank you, G-Wiz.
Dysfunctional.
Thank you, BOK. BOK Talk. All right, then. Well,
Soy, I
that
just want
was
to let you know
entertaining.
that you are lame. You are lame. You keep on body shaming black women and saying that black women
Say
need to get
BOK.
lipo.
Hold on. Say BOK. Oh, they're triggered. All right. I'm going to
Hi.
introduce Joda K. Welcome, Joda K. Joda K, excuse me. Can you please address the prompt? And then we can go back to open panel.
How are you? Welcome. Glad to be back. You definitely have some great topics. So, just with what just transpired, I think, like, based on BLK woman glorifying dysfunction, I see where your topics tend to be very aware. Awareness brings awareness, one, even with myself, just, just analyzing certain things. But at the same time, in terms of the chat, I see where there's a pattern where, quote
Thank you,
unquote,
Felony Monk.
I'm seeing a pattern where the humor of these drama created from your topic is seen as a coping mechanism, definitely a dysfunction. And then it tends to be glorified, right? Because these women think it's okay to come on social media and act like that, number one. Number two, we responding back to them, it's just they don't stop, and it's just creating a toxic environment, right? So there goes BLK woman glorifying dysfunction. Moving forward, I would like to say that to an extent, BLK women in the US, for the most part, have historically had to navigate intersecting pressures, which includes race, gender, and economics, tied to survival patterns, right? But for the most part, I feel there definitely has been a change where BLK women are trying to build peace, income standards, and softness with structure. Like, the dysfunctional part has definitely lessened, and you find a lot of BLK women that's going towards building the right kind of functional life. I mean, if you look on, for example, social media, there
Okay,
has been.
Joda K, I'm going to need you to crash land so we can go open panel.
Okay, all right.
You can just finish your point, and
Yeah.
then we can go open panel, because I'm sure the other two panelists would like to respond as well, or maybe
Okay.
chime in.
Yeah. So basically, like, what we consume daily shapes our standards, our nervous system, and our dating choices, right? And I feel for the most part, many BLK women are actively healing, setting boundaries, building wealth, and choosing differently. That's it.
Okay, does anyone have a response to that? Shamini or Nerdy?
No, I actually just want to just respond in general, but I'll wait.
Shamini, do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, I think that she said that very well. I think that you said that very beautifully. I also think that different people exist in this world for different reasons. If you don't want to deal with those type of people, you don't go to those type of environments. And that's just that on that. Imagine you growing up in the hood. Imagine you growing up in a toxic environment and being meek, being unable to defend yourself. So those type of people exist because we have the hood, we have the ghettos. Those are systematic issues. Those are issues that we deal with here in the
Thank you,
United
Brian.
States that I don't think you, the host, would ever be able to
Thank you,
identify
King
with.
BLK.
So for you, the host, to get up here and say that you are a black woman, you are not, ma'am.
Say
You can,
BLK, please.
ma'am, you are not. You cannot identify with anything that we go through. Therefore, I don't think that you should be the one speaking on it, because in return, you are propagating and glorifying dysfunction amongst black women.
Say BLK. BLK.
Okay,
Okay.
can I
Go on.
I'm bad because I didn't grow up in the hood, but I will say this: if
We
you're
know that's why you
nothing is
speak like you do about
nothing is
against black
absolute,
women.
right? Nothing. I'm sorry you had to eat applesauce for dinner, but leave me alone and let me respond, okay?
I did not grow up
First
in the
of
hood,
all, I
ma'am. I
think
grew up in a
what the problem
five-bedroom
is when
home.
you're talking about solutions with women, they get triggered. They always talk about what's the solution, what's the solution, what's the solution. Getting in the gym is a
Your
solution to make
solution
sure that
was
you have
go
a
get
long and
lipo.
healthy life.
You just
I
asked
didn't
a
interrupt
beautiful
you,
black
ma'am.
woman, why does she
Mute
not
up,
have
mute up,
Say
mute
lipo?
up, mute
BLK.
up,
Say
mute
I'm
up,
not.
BLK.
please.
No, I'm not. I'm
Mute
not.
up,
You just asked a black
please.
woman why she don't have
Say
lipo.
I am speaking.
BLK. Say BLK.
So
I'm not.
if you're telling women that, hey,
If you're not
in
gonna follow
order
the
for you
rules, I'm just
to,
gonna drop you. I don't have time for that. This is why BLK Fefails are dysfunctional. She doesn't want to follow the rules because none of you Fefails like following rules. That's why no man wants to marry you. Because you're
yes.
all unruly. Majority of BLK Fefails are unruly. You don't like to follow simple rules. The reason why they're so triggered, because this is their true nature. They're masculine, combative, aggressive. Every stereotype that they made about you came true. It used to be a stereotype, but it isn't anymore. It's no longer a stereotype. You BLK Fefails are angry, aggressive. Yeah. You love spreading them legs open. And when you hear prompts like this, the shoe fits. And you don't want no one talking about it. It's not a stereotype. It's your reality. It's a BLK Fefails reality today. Deal with it. Because clearly, the only thing you love to do is be a bunch of cackling hyenas. Thank you, Haitian baby. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Tara. Go ahead.
Yeah, so if you tell women women, to avoid having pain in the hospitals and going, go the pain of emergency rooms, because you know that you get mistreated in those places, take care of yourself, take the holistic route, watch what you put into your body, exercise. You body shaming. I love me for who I am, blah, 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 blah. But then gonna get BBLs and still unalive on a BBL table, right? So you can't tell them nothing when it comes to health because they want that unhealthy, toxic stuff. You tell the BLK woman, hey, if you want to make change with laws, if you don't like the patriarchy, go to law school, go make a change, go make a difference, meet your politicians, your mayors, your governors. I'd rather be a nurse. It's easier. I can get this amount of money. It's about the money. It's about the money, 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 money. They don't want change because if they want to change, they would change the direction of their career and make a change in their community. but they want to be nurses and go for the higher paying jobs, something quick and easy, right? So you can't tell another about money. You can't tell another about careers. Hey, close your legs. If you do not want to become a baby mama, and don't use the excuse of two for tango, close your legs. My body, my choice. I can do whatever I want. I don't care about my chart. I get all the STDs and this and that. They don't care about health. You cannot produce no positive solution to a lot of BOK women because they're going to argue you down about what the toxic decisions they make. And I dare anybody to come prove me wrong. The majority of women will subscribe to what's toxic and what's dysfunctional and what's not good for them.
Thank you, Thero. Okay, then. We have Back to the Basics. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I think I might be a little bit older than you guys. I'm in my 60s and I am BLK. This is my second time here in your life. I thank you so much for bringing this topic to the forefront. I agree totally with you, host. I may not say some things like you because I'm a little bit older, but I do agree with what you've said. There's a lot of toxicity in our community and our BLK women. They need to act accordingly and they need to reel themselves in and check themselves. Please don't give me any presents. I'd rather for you to give it to the host. I really try to be a positive influence and not get anything I really give. Please give it to the host. But yeah, we do need to clean it up. We do need to hold each other accountable and ourselves accountable. We do need to start speaking out on topics such as this. There have been some women on here that were triggered, and it goes to those things that people say in other communities about us. Let me snooze that. It goes to a lot of those. Can you hear me?
No, we can hear you. We can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, because I had to silence that. But a lot of things that people say about our community, we don't want of our BLK women. We don't want to accept it. But ask yourself, is there any validity to it? And it is. It's a lot of validity to it. And it showed on here when some of the women came on here triggered because they didn't like what was being said. We do need to get our bodies moving. We do need to get back into our roles, and we do need to understand that roles are interchangeable. We need to clean our homes. We need to take care of our physical bodies. We need to eat well because we know that things are not for us, it's against us. And so knowing it's half the battle and the other half is actually getting up, roll up your sleeve and taking care of yourself and showing accountability.
Thank you. Okay, it's open panel. Does anyone have a response? Anything they want to say?
I appreciate Back to the Basics because when I went to her page, she's a very healthy woman. Unlike what's her name? Soy P. Ma'am, how can you body shame people when you are indeed fat yourself? All you do is sit up and eat gluttonous, just gluttonous, ma'am. And you keep talking about people getting lipo. You keep talking about body shaming. You indeed are the one who needs to get in the gym.
First of all, I cater. Ha ha. And then second, if you go to the picture, the video with my son where I show my refrigerator, fruits, vegetables. I show at least 4 different videos of what my refrigerator look like.
But your body does not reflect that.
No. The collage with me and my husband. You see, I'm skinny as hell. So you're going based off my pregnancy pictures, which are old as fuck, and not my current body size. So I'm sorry. So you're going based off what my size was when I was pregnant with kids, and versus now. My son is now 7. My husband can see my body. You ain't got to worry about that. I am slim, woman. So yes, you can. Hold on. I did not interrupt you. Just calm down, okay? I know, I understand estrogen is running low at your age, but calm down. I am slim now.
Probably younger than you.
And I took ownership of my weight. But yes, when I had my car accident, when I had to be sitting down for a couple of years and heal my back and I had surgeries, I did gain weight. But I did not let that stay on me, ma'am.
You're up here projecting.
At the end of the day, you can body shame me based off a neck up picture.
All right.
On my full body pictures, I'm cool.
Okay, let's get back to the topic. Okay, what is it that you disagree with, Shamini or Joda K? Because it seems like you are incapable of proving that BLK women glorify dysfunctional.
I think that all women can be dysfunctional. I think that, like someone said earlier, you guys glorify black women's dysfunction because you
Say
want
be
to paint
okay. Say be
BLK
okay.
women's dysfunction because you all want to paint a picture of us. It's all over the media. Somebody in the comments said that Baddies is the #1 show. You know why? Because people from all over the world are watching it. They're glorifying it. If this is being propagated all over the music, the television, everywhere you go, don't you think that more people are going to begin to act like that just for the money? Don't you think that these women are putting on an act because they want to be on Baddies? So if we stop supporting those outlets, guess what? They have no choice but to act as normal citizens. But even you having this panel and having this discussion and you not being a black woman up here,
Say
sorry,
be okay.
sorry, you not being a BLK woman up here speaking about this is you propagating the dysfunction and glorifying the
Okay.
dysfunction.
So you say it's propaganda, but the data says the complete opposite. I'm not basing anything that I'm saying off music, television, and news. To be honest, that would be quite frankly stupid. That's no longer a debate, okay?
I
That's
don't
just
think you know
gossip.
how
Hold
statistics
on,
work.
hold on. That's just now gossip. But if you take a look at the state of BLK females, that's backed by data, they are the least married, they have the highest single mom rate, they have the highest AB rate, and even the independent females are also more likely to endure mental distress, depression. So even the independent ones that choose to live their best life really are depressed. So
Well,
nothing that I'm saying isn't just this anecdotal experience. It's actually something that's been heavily researched and is consistent. That's why BLK females don't like the truth, because you will say it's dysfunctional to talk about what the majority is going through.
it's
So you
dysfunction for
rather,
you to speak on it
hold on. So you
because you're
rather,
not a part of us.
I'm
You're not
BLK.
one of us.
I'm BLK.
No,
So
you're not.
So just to add, I mean, social media definitely
thank you,
exercise.
Thatcher. Go ahead.
Social media definitely aesthetize struggle, which is a trend tied not just with BLK, but we're talking about BLK. So it's tied into the BLK diaspora, where struggle gets packaged into an identity or brand. However, there are blurring the lines between awareness and normalization. If you look into the BLK culture, BLK woman glorifying dysfunction, it also leads back to the BLK men, right? And the experiences that these BLK women faces. Because from my perspective, I feel like for majority speaking today, many BLK women are actively healing, setting boundaries, building wealth, and choosing differently. I'll go back to that scene.
That's not happening. If it was happening, then why don't we see the decrease in STD rates? Why don't we see the decrease in AB rates? Why don't we see more BLK women not wearing wigs and weave? If they were actively healing, then we would see more abstinence and more natural beauty. But
I
we
think you
don't
would
see
see
that.
that if you were in the States and if you were amongst black
I don't
BLK
need to
women,
be
you would see
amongst
that.
them. No. If it doesn't
Well, you
correlate
cannot
with the number,
separate yourself
hold
from
on.
us and then say
I'm
that
not
you are a part
separate.
of us.
I'm not separating myself. I understand that what the majority of BLK females do is going to affect everyone as a collective. So, for example, even if people were going to see a wife. A wife and a mother. When they look at her, they're going to assume that she's a single mom, that she's been in the streets, even though she's a wife and she's a mother. They're not going to think she's feminine. They're not going to think she is married. They're going to assume the worst, because that's what you really have with the majority. The majority are the worst. So the reality is, everyone is going to look at everyone as a collective, not as individuals, okay? That's not how society...
That is not reality.
That is
You
reality.
cannot tell me that you get treated like a BLK woman.
That's not your reality.
That is
What are
that.
you, what are
Hold
you
on,
talking
Shani.
about?
No, that is reality. The world runs on generalizations, not individuals. That is ridiculous. Okay,
Yes, but ma'am,
the
what you
world does
cannot
not
tell me
respond.
that
The
you
world
get
doesn't
treated like a
respond.
BLK woman.
Pardon?
In everyday life, you do not get treated the same way that BLK women get treated. So you are not authorized to speak on this, is what
No,
I'm
I can.
saying.
If you feel like I'm not authorized to speak on it, then guess what? Press the X button and leave. Leave then. It's just ridiculous. If you feel like I don't have any right to speak about it, then get off my life.
I'm
Or
letting you
prove
know
me
that you
wrong.
don't have the
Or
right.
then prove me wrong. It's just that simple. I don't understand this. I'm dumb.
Yeah,
You're using statistics, but statistics are
All right.
biased. You're going as
Okay.
specifically looking for the statistics that were sutured your propaganda. Do you not know
Oh
how
no,
that's
it's not
problematic?
propaganda. Hey,
Do you
can
not
I
see how that's
jump in, Coach?
problematic?
Hold on.
Yes.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna let back to respond because she wanted to speak, and then I'm gonna introduce the two new panelists.
Back to the basics. I'm back to the basics
Back to
because
the
I
basic. Go
believe
ahead.
that. Yes, I believe we need to go back to the basics. And I don't know what your name, Sharnika. Is it what is your name? Well, anyway, I'm in the United States, and we can go with statistics, and we can go with anecdotal experiences, etc. And what she's saying is actually true, because if it's not glorified, then why do our BLK women, why do they still present themselves with being obnoxious, being disrespectful, yelling, overly doing things with the weave, with the eyelashes? Why are they doing that if it's not statistic wise or whatever? You could see this every day. You can see it right here in front of you. You don't need statistics to see it. I have been on both sides. I've been in the ghetto and out of the ghetto. I've made money and I've been poor. Okay. But at the same time, what she's saying about weave, and I'll drop you in the comments where you can go and read right now with black women studies. It's like it's BWHS, I think, Black Women Health Studies. It was out of Boston, Massachusetts. They're telling you that relaxers and weaves and stuff, they're telling you that they're bad for the body and that they cause cancer. I have cancer.
Smancer, please. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Say Smancer, please.
Spencer. Okay. I got the BLK, but Spencer's. I didn't know you can't say the C word. I have
Yes, fine, don't worry.
Spencer. I have Spencer, and I used to wear my hair braided all the time. And I questioned, was it the hair braiding? Because of the chemicals in the hair braiding. And I truly look back over all my activities, and I think that had a part to do with it. We do need to roll up our sleeves. We do need to take better care of ourselves. We need to go back to the basics, taking care of our own hair, wearing our own hair, accepting our skin, not even coloring our skin, because what we do is we use those whiteners on our skin. All those things is getting away from who we are because it's a form of self-hate, and that's a problem. Okay, we talk about cancer, we talk about alopecia, whatever, but some of that stuff is actually causing alopecia that we're not taking care of. And the way we're eating, we're not getting in the kitchen and cooking. What we're doing is we're going and eating foods that's unalive. We're going out to restaurants, and they put those places in our community because they know that we can become complacent, and that's what's happening. And I don't want to hold up your lives, so I land my plane.
It's
Can I
okay.
chime
Thank
in
you.
really
Thank
quickly?
you for being very transparent. Back to the
Can I chime
basics.
in?
That was refreshing. 1 second. I have to introduce Bambi, and then it's your turn. Go
Hey.
ahead, Bambi. Please address the prompt.
Yeah, so I disagree with the prompt for the most part, but I do think when the lady that was up here before, I can't remember what her name was, that she was saying you separate yourself. I'm assuming she's looking at it from a perspective of like BLK within living within the USA versus BLK living outside of the USA. And I do think that there does need to be a separation. I think from a mindset perspective, BLK women that don't live in America have a much different mindset to BLK women that do live in America. I think when you look at the examples of Black women from America,
Say BLK,
oh,
Bambi, BLK.
sorry, BLK women from America, you have people like, what's her name, Smexy Red, Glorilla, all of these people that glorify this, this behavior that's just not acceptable in my view. It just makes us look bad. And then when you look at it in the UK, it's nowhere near. So I feel like there does need to be a separation, but I feel like there also needs to be unity. You can't have one side.
So I have a question for you, Bambi. How come in the UK they also have the highest STD rate and the highest single mom rate? And there's no Smexy Red here. We know that. There's no Glorilla here. So how come they have the same results without the influence?
What's your source for that?
Answer my question or go do your own research.
You don't have a source.
Answer my question or ask you a question. Bambi, this is a very simple question, okay? Very simple question. How come in the UK, BOK Fefails also have the highest STD rates and the highest single mom rate, and they don't have any influence?
They don't.
So they do. Answer my question.
They don't. You're lying.
They do. Why do you think? Really think about it. Yeah, I'm from the UK. Do you really think I'm just gonna make a prompt about the US? Don't you think that would be a bit absurd? Let's be logical for a second. Would it make sense from someone from the UK who would just make a prompt about the US?
Anyone can make a prompt.
No, but I'm asking you, would it be logical though? Would it be logical?
A lot of people lack logic.
No, answer my question. Would it be logical? Answer my question. Would it be logical though?
You're not a logical
Okay
person.
then. So no, I am very logical because the same issues that are happening in the US, a lot of BOK Fefails in the UK are doing the exact same thing. So answer my damn question.
You
Stop deflecting. Stop deflecting.
Yeah.
Answer my question. How come BOK Fefails here?
I don't address lies.
No, you don't address the truth. I get it. You don't like the truth. You really think it's only BOK Fefails in the US that are a bunch of degenerates? Is it shocking to you that BOK Fefails from the continent and the Caribbean are just as promiscuous as the one in the US? To be honest, it's quite frankly, it's actually quite worse. It's actually, to be honest with you, Bambi, it's actually worse that BOK Fefails from the UK are degenerate because they actually have connections to their language, to their culture, to their country. So how is it you got a bunch of Nigerians, a bunch of Jamaicans, a whole bunch of BOK people here that call themselves cultured, can't even seem to act right? You ain't making sense to me.
Well,
and you can't even answer my question. If anything, BOK Fefails in the UK are worse. They're actually worse. They are worse. How come we have a bunch of Nigerians that know their name, know their language, and still get their cheeks clapped by a Pookie and Ray Ray? How come?
Look, there are degenerate females in the UK. You're one of them. Absolutely. 100%.
Answer my question. How come? How come they're doing the same thing? You're struggling to answer right now. I see you're struggling. You thought the girlies in the UK are different? You thought they were different? Why did they call them the UK beast? Why did they call the UK Fefails beast? Do you want to know why? Because they are rebellious. They act like a bunch of animals when they see the D. They can't stop opening their legs.
There's nothing wrong with sexual liberation.
Of course you would think that. Of course you would.
Why can't girls go around?
Yeah, say smexual, please. Of course you would think that.
Yeah.
Moving on. You just proved my point. See, these BOK Fefails are just as promiscuous as the ones in the US. Because here Bambi is saying there's nothing wrong with being liberated. I know that. I know you BOK Fefails. I don't know where you are from, but I know the BOK Fefails love being liberated and love getting their cheeks clapped. So at least there you admitted that they are just a bunch of community boxes.
Listen, that's what we're on this planet for, is to procreate. Like, I don't get it. Are you confused?
Procreate what? Become single moms?
Reason why you're here.
Be single moms. All right.
Decided to fuck. That's why you're here.
No swearing. Oh, wow. Well, I'm so upset that I'm not a community box. Yeah.
You're a result of your mum's box getting penetrated. Like,
Please. And you're a result of having no father teach you how to be a woman. Anyways. Lad, Mimi, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Lady Mimi, and what black women glorify dysfunction. Prove me wrong. I didn't come here to prove you wrong. I agree with what you're saying. And she said exactly. You asked her why are they being promiscuous. The reality is because they can, because they're both countries have influenced the women to not value themselves in the proper way. They value the wrong things, and one thing they don't value is their body. And it's their body, it's their choice, and we see the influence on both sides. But my true question for you is, and I'm 100% understanding what you're doing. I support what you're doing, but I don't like your angle. It's like you're not really. What's the next step? Okay, we bash them, we tell them they're wrong, but then what's the next step to see a better behavior? I don't think your approach is going to improve the women. Do you want to see them improve, or do you just enjoy bashing the
It's
women?
open panel. I've given the solutions. Submit to be okay, man. Open panel.
Submit to
No,
be okay,
I
man.
don't like
What
BLK
can
men.
um okay, so I like that y'all always whenever it's like y'all feel like a lot of it's turned down women. Y'all always ask what's the solution, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't see y'all asking that when women are turned down men. I
Because
don't
women,
see y'all.
because
Hold on. I go to a lot of these extreme feminist lives. I go to these people lives that say the most disgusting things about men. I don't see y'all in those spaces saying, "What's the solution? What's the solution? Stop bashing black BLK men." Y'all do not do that. So why do y'all come in these spaces where you feel like women are the target and say, "What's the solution?"
They're just angry that they're failures. They don't want the solution. Go on. What was you gonna say? Back to the basics.
And I heard what she just said. You know, those I call those lies Amazon. The when sometimes you have those Amazon lies where women are just bashing men and stuff. It's an archetype, I think, what you call it. That mindset. We do not need to bash each other, but to me, what this live is doing is bringing about awareness. And sometimes you have to hit hard and heavy because people just don't want to accept what is there in front of their face. If she would, I was thinking if she would have came with a different kind of approach, women wouldn't have accepted it. They wouldn't have accepted it. So I understand where is it Remnant is coming from. I understand where she's coming from. But those lies that bash women again, those are women that are anti men, and vice versa, men that bash women are anti women, and we have a problem in that aspect. But this live is about glorifying dysfunction, and I'll stay on that topic. We do glorify dysfunction. We call obese women, we call them
thick,
thick.
thick,
Yeah, we
yeah,
call them thick. You
yeah.
thick, man. Please, ain't no thick. I call them unhealthy. I call them ready for diabetes and high blood pressure and comorbidities. And I don't see anything cute about being obese. I think that we
And
need to work. We need to work on that.
to answer that lady's question, she said, "We don't do it to men." First of all, it's not your place as a woman to check a man. This is your place as a woman to leave those type of men alone. If you don't like them, don't deal with them. But the host is correct. Y'all are sleeping with these men. Y'all are getting STDs and babies from these men, but y'all claim to not like these men on the panels. Y'all always voicing y'all opinion about these men, but y'all won't leave these men alone. And so, yeah, we can't check men. It's the men's job to check each other, but it's our job to stay away from the ones that don't mean us no good. And that's the issue.
It's our
Y'all
job
are
to check
I
each other.
think there's confusion because I said, how come women don't go to other women's lives that are bashing BLK men?
go to their live and do what?
The same thing people do when they come to spaces like this and try to say, ask what's the solution?
The
What's the
solution
point of
is to
asking?
leave the men alone. If the women want to bash those men, I would tell those women the same thing. Why are you dealing with those type of men? Why do you have all these experiences with these men that are dragging you through the mud? We know it ain't no ain't shit men,
The
but I've never
solution,
dated. I've never.
But
Mimi. The solution is very simple. Submit to a BOK man.
Well,
wasn't
submit to
you
the
the one
right
that just
man.
asked Remnant for a solution?
I said it. I asked what the solution
Okay.
was, but the solution is women need to get it together. We are the sad part about American black women is like our numbers are so good when it comes numbers are so good when it comes to education and entrepreneurship and home ownership, but it's still the same old bullshit when it comes to
No
STDs and
swearing.
pregnancy. My bad, pregnancy, STDs, all these same things. It's the numbers are bad. So it's like we're great here, bad there. Look at our children. Look at the things that the black women decided to pour into
Be
their
okay,
children and the
please.
way that that's not real, baby.
It
You can say
is.
that.
Yeah,
You
it
can
is.
say
On my life, it is.
that's fine. Are you black? And that's
I
the
am
issue
be
with the real.
okay. Use
Oh,
TikTok
are you
friendly
be okay?
language. Use TikTok friendly language or lock off my life. It's just simple.
I
Okay?
will. But yeah, I'm about to drop anyway. But yes, I think
Okay,
it's just
see you
your
later
approach.
then. Mrs. Matt, welcome. Can you please address the
That right
prompt?
there is
Hello,
dysfunctional.
good morning. You are a daughter after my own heart.
Hey, Miss Matt. Kisses.
Hello, daughters after my own heart. Telling the truth, holding our women accountable. Black women glorify. They do. We do glorify dysfunction, and we don't understand. We've always set the trends, but we set the trends, set the standards for trends now, where it's debauchery and degrading, disrespecting, and not teaching young women how to carry ourselves in a respectful manner and respect the people in our society to respect us. And I want to say, as a black woman in America, I always have to just prove that I'm not ghetto, I'm not ratchet, because of how we're represented in our society. And it's depressing, and this is frustrating at times. But you are a daughter after my own heart. Come on down now. Come on with the hammer. Did you hear me? Remnant, did you hear me? Nerd, did you hear me?
I'm
Did y'all
so
hear me?
sorry. I'm so
Yes,
sorry.
we
I was
heard
on
you.
mute. I was on mute. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
You are a
Um,
daughter after my own heart. Let me say this. It's wonderful to be able to pass on the baton. When I'm gone, there'll be young women still standing up for the truth, standing up for honor, respect, loyalty. Still on fire, on the front line. For people don't understand, women say that we're in opposition, or no, we on the front line for you all, but y'all don't understand and don't respect it. I'm
thank
muted.
you, Mrs. Matt. Thank you. Okay, so we got, is it Elena Dance? Please address the prompt and then we can go straight back to open panel.
Okay, hi y'all. Thank you for having me on here. And it's Ileana, but it's okay. Black women who glorify. The boxes are blocking the last word.
Yeah,
What's
so
the last?
is be okay women glorify dysfunction?
Okay. I want to say 50% yes. Because we are the only ones who have shows that glorify violence, especially towards each other. And we are the number one viewers watching baddies. We online, I will say there is a lot of educated black women, so I'm not putting down black women, but there is a lot of black women who support the wrongdoings of.
You have to say be okay. Be okay, please. Say be okay. Elena or Alina, so I forgot how to pronounce your name again. You can unmute. The moderator muted you because you have to use
Oh,
I'm
TikTok
sorry.
friendly
sorry. I'm
language.
sorry, host. I wanted to tell you, thank you for having me. I gotta go. I'm finna go walk, y'all.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
I'm finna
Thank
go get this
you.
body moving so I can stay so I won't get fat. Have a good one.
Okay.
Thank you. Back
Too
to the
late for that.
basics. It was good. It was good to have you.
Have a good day. Sorry about that. Be okay. Be okay, woman. Yeah, and we support, for some reason, we support everything. Like we support trans, we support AB, we support when it comes to feminists. We're I mean, I know a lot of us don't claim it, but we do have a lot of traits when it comes to BLK women in our community because we do bash our men. Well, I don't, but there's a lot of women who do bash their men, thinking being a single mom means being a trophy, or that is a definition of being an independent woman. Just because you have a child out of wedlock and you're doing it by yourself, for some reason in our community, that means we're independent women. We're trophy women just because we're creating broken homes. So yeah, there is definitely a lot of dysfunction that we don't like to talk about, and for some reason we support dysfunction instead of
Okay.
shaming it.
So, all right then, it's open panel, but I have a question. You said 50-50. So where do you disagree?
Oh, well, I disagree because there is a lot of educated Black women. Like we
Be
do
okay.
have. Oh, sorry, Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. BLK women, we do have the most degrees, and
That's not
the,
true. That's not true. Asian women are the most educated with the most degrees. That's not true.
okay, well, I'm talking about in our community when it comes to.
I'm just saying that's not true. Asian women are the most educated and they're the ones we are the most enrolled and in the most student loan debt.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, thank you for educating me. Yeah, but I'm saying there still is a lot of educated Black women, and
What are we
when I say,
exactly? Let me ask you one. Let me ask someone a question. What exactly are we educated in? Because it can't be a SMEX education.
Making poor decisions.
It can't be a SMEX education. What are you talking about? Book smart education or educated? What into my man-made knowledge? Because clearly our women are not educated in SMEX education to keep from having getting pregnant and having STDs and all this stuff. What exactly are we educated in?
I just said it yesterday. I said the most educated, always talking about being tricked by a man. I don't want to hear it.
That's what I'm trying to
I'm
figure
so
out.
good.
The
We
STD
are
rates,
most dominated
hold
in
on,
nursing field.
the STD rates are high as they were since 1920. What exactly are we educated in? Go ahead.
We do mostly dominate in the nursing field. I don't know. I mean,
That's not necessarily true to fill a
I'm not
payroll
trying
job.
to sit here because, like I said, I am holding Black women accountable when it comes to the negativity in our community. But there are positive Black
So where
women.
did you get this information from? Because it sounds like y'all heard this stuff from social media and you heard it from homegirls and whatever. Y'all not really actually looking these things up. It sounds like y'all are passing along the same misinformation and regurgitating what you heard somebody else hear.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know what I'm saying is wrong.
We just told you that black women are not the most educated. Now you
Be
heard
Well,
okay,
I
that.
was
please.
no, and I correct myself. I said that we are the most educated within our community
But that doesn't
compared
even
to
make any
Black men.
sense. What do you mean? So you're just comparing yourself to a be okay man. That's it.
Yeah, I was saying within our community we are the
So you're
most.
not the most educated. You just have more education than a be okay man, and they still make more money than you, and they're
I was
still
just
more
about to
married
say
than
that.
you.
And marriage and education is two different things, but they do have blue collar jobs do make more money than jobs that require degrees. So that is true.
So why flex that women are the most educated if they're still the least when it comes to child rearing, the least when it comes to freaking everything, weight, their health, we're the last in everything.
Thank you,
So
Felony
how is
Monk.
how is bragging about being the most educated and we're in last place when it comes to marriages, we're the most divorced, like why do we make that a flex?
I mean, is that the only thing you guys are focusing on in my of what I said?
Because it's not factual.
I mean, it is factual when it comes to our community. I mean,
But
we
it
do.
is it changing anything though? Because even though you may have more education than a BLK man, but the results are still very poor. There's no marriage, there's no employment, there's they're
Well,
still
there
very
is
promiscuous.
employment.
So
It's just we're
so
not
so
working blue
where are
collar
these?
jobs.
And to be honest, it's only about 29%, between 28 and 29% of BLK females who even have a degree. So it's not really that high.
Over 800,000 black women have lost their jobs since Donald Trump has been elected, and we have the most student loan debt.
Can I say one thing also? I don't know why we always jump to us as if we're the only race that have more education than their men. All races of women have more education than their men. The type of jobs that we have to do compared to what the man can do to earn money, that's factual. All races have more education. All races of women have more education than their men. All of them. Maybe Asian, the only one that top, but they top us all. But we keep saying as if we're putting why are you putting your black man down? This is what I said yesterday, and I'm gonna keep saying this over and over again. Although me and Miss Med and Miss Nerdy, we passing this baton down. We keep bragging as if. If the men are so uneducated, who's raising them to not be so educated? Who's raising these men? And this is the reason why we are prioritizing our girls to be independent, but we are not prioritizing our boys. And that's a problem. That's a huge problem when we do that. Why aren't your sons out here being providers and stuff? Because the men that we talk about, because I'm a BLK woman, so I'm going to put we in there. These are the boys that we raised, and now we sent them out in the world for other women to bash them. But you don't want, and I'm saying you as one, you, me, women, we don't want to take accountability for the downside of raising our children. We only take accountability for when they go out here and be this 1% of athletes, the 1% of NBA players, the small percentage of people, but we don't sit up here and take accountability when our kids come out jacked up, when they run around here making babies by different women. We never ever hold those women accountable where these men come from, because most of those men come from, guess what? Single mothers in our land.
And you know what, Lady O, using the excuse that you came from a single parent home, I'll use, for example, one of my favorite basketball players, Isaiah Thomas. He came from played for the Detroit Pistons. His mama raised 9 children by herself after her husband left her. NBA star, and she was strict on them. Using that example of being a single mother is not an excuse for you not producing good, productive, family-oriented citizens. I just want to throw that in there.
I also made the argument that women would plan for their college years ahead of time. Women would plan for their wedding years ahead of time, months ahead of time. But women do not plan their kids. Don't have no savings, no life insurance, no trust fund, nothing. Just popping out babies and then and expecting people to support their baby in baby showers. So it's like, yeah, we are not focused on the areas that we're weak in.
Nerdy, there's a story.
Make this point. The white women do. They call it family planning.
Sorry, I think
my bad.
Alina. No, it's fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
Do you want to say something?
Oh no, I landed.
Oh, okay. You don't have anything you want to say?
Actually, yeah. So I'm not bashing black men. I love black men.
Be okay,
I have
please.
a black man.
Be okay.
Or yeah, sorry. There's him. BLK man. I have a BLK man. I love him to death. But I'm just saying, especially when it comes to single mothers, I don't think that's anything to be proud of. But I feel like both are failing them. These single mothers are raising them alone, and these men aren't also stepping up to help these mothers raise them, knowing that they're failing these kids. So
What?
Hold on. I got this one. First of all, I got this. First of all, black men are the most involved in their children's lives. That's number one. That's all races, okay? Black men are the most involved in their children's lives.
Be
Secondly,
okay.
women. Oh, you know what? I said the same. BLK.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Look. Okay, BLK are the most involved men out there. BLK men. Secondly, we keep talking about BLK men are not there. Guess what? Women are not requiring them to be there, because most of these men that are making these babies are from oops babies. Ooh, let's just go out here and have a night and let's just hook up. It's the hookup fathers, and now all of a sudden they want them to be responsible. That's false. No, this is why I hold women accountable. I would never hold a man. This is the reason why you hold a man accountable. You hold a man accountable by keeping your legs closed. You hold a man accountable by requiring the highest honor that he can give you, and that's making you his wife, because you're about to be his, give him the highest honor, and that's giving him a child. No child can be born unless a woman says so. Okay, so if you want to risk your life with preeclampsia, the older you get, and have all these health issues for a man, it should be your husband. And women are not requiring that. That's a problem. So you can't force a man to be there. And again, I'm gonna say this right here before I land. The only way you can hold a man accountable is when you have the child. Well, you haven't held him accountable until then. See, until then, you have not held this man accountable at all. At all. So that's the issue that we have in our community. Women require higher of yourself because these men are only going to do you. Yes, men should be accountable. Yes, I got you. I'm not letting men off the hook, right? But my point is, the only way you hold men accountable is not give them a kid outside of marriage. And if you do give him outside of marriage, make sure he allow him to raise the kid. A lot of women are against that. They're against allowing a man to raise a child. Because I am an ex-wife, my ex-husband raised our children. He raised our sons. That was best. They lived with me for a while, and they lived with him. I never ever alienated this man at all, ever. And that's the reason why I can sit here and proudly say that I'm a mother-in-law as I am today of my children. I'm awesome. I feel grateful that we did something right. So I just want to put that in there to what you're saying.
I want to make one comment. Is that you can't hold a one night stand to a standard. I'm gonna say that one more time. You can't have a standard for a one night stand.
They don't both. I didn't say BLK men. I said men. And don't both have one night stands. I mean, this generation is about hookup culture. It's not just a woman thing, it's a generational thing. We literally have an app where people can go hook up.
So that don't mean you participate in what other people are doing,
I'm
because
not
everybody was
participating.
I didn't say, I'm not saying you in particular. I grew up where all the women all the girls in my school were hecka promiscuous, right? That didn't mean I had to do what everyone else is doing. I am my own person. And my mama taught me better. Even if she didn't, I still did not want to follow in the same footsteps as those girls. It did not look right to me. A lot of the times is we always blame hookup culture, we blame social media, dating sites. No, you're just a 304. At the end of the day, anytime you do 304 activities and you're fornicating and everything else, you take full responsibility for what you allow done to your body. Anytime you give a man consent, you are 100% responsible. If you're not married, you are 100% responsible for whatever happens to your body until you're married.
That again, say that again, nerdy, because that's what they're missing. You said both are. Let me tell you something. A man wouldn't. If women give access, right, and as long as women give access, of course these men are going to run rampant through them. They're allowing them to. They're allowing them to. So yes, it could. You can, but the thing is, you're not. What are you allowing? What are you teaching these men to do? You're not showing them that you're going to be a wife to them. And I'm not saying you at all, Miss Elaine. I'm just saying, we as women, right? Because all we hear.
Yes.
I actually literally heard a woman yesterday. I was talking to a relative yesterday, and she was talking about her nephew got a girlfriend. They have a child together. Now my cousin, little cousin, he's out working 2 jobs. The girl don't work. She at home with the baby. He come home, she ain't clean, she ain't cooked. She told my cousin she don't want to get married, and I'm like, so he need to just go ahead and just pay child support and leave that one. I mean, I'm saying just wash that one up. Because she don't. What do you want? What do we want out of men? We try to drag them, but we don't want to do anything to uplift these brothers. And I thank God my cousin, she's old school, but she's in her early 60s. She's like, look, my daddy ain't never came home and see my mama not cook, not have no food for him. My dad would come home and give my mama the entire check. That's why their house was paid for many years ago. They're both gone on to glory now. That's how we were raised. We weren't raised that a man come home and work and he come home to a dirty house. He come home to a woman not wanting to even fix him a sandwich or cook any food. And you sitting here with his baby. That ain't even happening. So you got these women out here that don't want to do that. They think being a housewife is just sitting around looking at four walls. Well, guess what? I was a housewife before. When our kids were very young, me and my husband at the time, we agreed that you wouldn't work because of the cost of daycare and stuff. And I would tell you, it wasn't just sitting at home. I was out picking up his paychecks from both his jobs. I was paying bills. I was making sure the kids were fed. I was making sure that it was a job within itself. I made sure the inside of the house was clean. When that man came home, even to this day, anybody come to my house, my apartment, they will tell you they ain't never ever came to a house that was dirty. Never. Even now to this day, even me raising 4 children after we parted ways, nobody ever came to my house and it was dirty. So,
Lady O,
uh-huh,
Dr. Lady O, I'm sorry.
that's all right.
Do you think, will single moms exist in consensual, right? Will single moms exist if women close their legs and waited to marriage?
No.
Miss Met, same question.
Yes, ma'am. No. No, if women set the bar and say, no, I'm not, I'm married before you. First come love, then come marriage, then come the woman with the baby carriage. No,
So why are we not doing what we need to do as women to prevent from becoming single moms?
that's
It's
because
real simple.
that's because they want the babies without the marriage. That's the truth of the matter. They don't value marriage, and they want the degree, the money, and the education, and the children without the marriage. That's the truth.
No lies detected. And that hurt us. And I'm gonna tell you, and it was from experience that I had to learn myself, because people know my story. I had a child very young and everything. I was unwed, I wasn't old enough to get married. But my family didn't play that. My family was like, look at here. My uncles, all of them married. My sister, like, just married all of my family. So when I got married, when I met my ex-husband at the time, and then I had 3 children within, during that time, so I had 4 children. So I had to learn, and I had to pass that knowledge on to my sons. Don't make a baby with a woman you don't plan on marrying, period. That kept them from being in the position that I was in, especially my oldest son, because I dealt him the worst card of being a single mother with him. So I had to, and thank God he turned it completely around where he has been with the same woman he's married to for 13 years and got 2 kids, where he does very well in his profession. Look, if we're going to be a mother, we have to really take accountability and make sure that there are positive male role models in our children's lives. I don't agree with being a single mama at all, because I've done it for a couple of years before I got married. And then I've done it again after I got divorced, and it was not a fun thing. But thankfully, I had an active ex-husband, so I didn't have those problems that so many women complain about. But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to teach the younger women better. I'm just trying to teach y'all better, so that you won't look up at 50, 60 years old and you wondering what happened. That's it. That's it. It's not even a put down. It's just letting y'all know that lifetime is going to humble every last one of you and me. And it has. And I just want to land there.
Facts on facts. Alina, Joda K, do you have anything you want to say?
Well, I definitely agree with what the speaker just stated, for the most part.
The most part.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I mean, just looking at also statistics and socioeconomic factors, BLK women tend to make decisions out of pressure and, out of attention and miseducation as well. So it is what it is.
Say something to what Lady O was saying. You can't always count on men and your family to help you with your children. Because my uncles, they were not interested in being uncles to me and my sister, because they were jealous of the way my mom was raising us. So you gotta need that child's father in their life You know, you can't count on men in your family. You can't place that weight and that burden on them because sometimes everybody's not interested in helping you produce a better product. Some people don't want you to produce a better product than what they're producing. And sometimes it be your own family.
That is true. I experienced that. So, yeah. And I don't even have a child.
That's exactly what it is, you know. The truth is, what I find with a lot of BLK females is they don't actually have the desire to change. They enjoy dysfunction.
Definitely. Because one of the thing is it's a trend, you know?
I asked in the comments how were they jealous. Well, you know, they were married to women who were 3 or 4s. And they knew their kids weren't going to grow up to be about nothing. So they were trying to sabotage what my mom was doing. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't seem to understand that just because your family and relate to you, don't mean they want better for your kids. It's just that simple. That's why they need their father.
It's interesting that, you know, Joda K, you'll say that it's a trend. This is it. I wouldn't even call it a trend. I would say what we're seeing is the majority.
True.
It's not. I wouldn't even call it a trend. You will believe it's a trend because majority are doing it. What you're seeing is majority are choosing to be dysfunctional, are choosing to be degenerate. And it can almost seem like this is the new cool, this is the new hip. No, it's that this is the state of the majority. This is the mental state of BLK females and what they choose to do.
Yes, most
Thank you,
definitely.
Nadi.
And also, I mean, awareness. Or is anyone actually telling them that, you know, it's not cool, or who are you? Who are you defining yourself to be? Do they have that awareness that it's definitely creating a, you know, negative impact on who this individual is as a BLK woman? Sometimes too, when we don't hear it, we tend to not be aware.
Hello, ladies. How y'all doing?
Oh,
Okay, welcome, Mr. Atlanta. Can you please address the prompt? And okay, sorry. Okay, then, I am going to be doing last thoughts. So I want to thank every single one of you. Thank you. Oh, and before I do last thoughts, actually, I want to acknowledge the super chats. Okay. Okay, then. So I want to thank Stream Crisis. Thank you, sent $2 Princess, you doing the work. Keep going. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Derwin Walker sent $2. I grew in a hood and I did not owe hood anything. Understand. Thank you. Stream Crisis sent $5. I appreciate this conversation so much. It actually warms my heart to know there are still virtuous women in the BLK community. Facts on facts. It's always good to actually hear the other side of BLK women speaking, because a lot of people get it misconstrued. See, Fefails is a type of women, but they're not functioning like one. I don't think like one. So yes, thank you. So to the panelists that are here, I usually do last thoughts. So Dr. Lady O, Mrs. Mayor, and then Joda K. Dr. Lady O, are you there? Would you like to give your last thoughts, please? She seems a bit busy. Okay, Mrs. Matt. Thank you, Dr. Lady O. Mrs. Matt, last thoughts, please.
I just want to say, keep doing the Lord's work. Keep doing the Lord's work. Don't let nobody change you from doing what you're doing. A daughter after my own heart. You made me smile this morning. I'm a drop. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Matt. Joda K, last words,
Yes,
please.
I just want to say, yeah, definitely keep doing the work. I scroll all over TikTok all the time, and just to run into your post from the first time and even today, and just seeing how effective this topic is, it brings awareness even to myself. I mean, with certain things possibly can be seen as dysfunctional. I'm not top tier into dysfunctional as a BLK, but there are certain things that I can redirect in my life. And also, like, we are what we consume on social media with the people that we are around, and all these things. So it's just paying attention to the positives and weed out the negatives, and weed out what it is that we wouldn't want for ourselves, or if that doesn't reflect the woman we want to be, definitely deter from that. Even yesterday I was scrolling and I saw you talked about like the wigs that women are wearing. There's men that out there that will never talk to a woman that wears a wig. They feel like we are trying to depict like European what you call it, not characteristics by wearing wigs, and they see that as a turnoff. And these are BLK men as well. So I definitely enjoy your platform, and you're pretty much educated and direct about what you're talking about as well. Keep it up.
Thank you so much, Joda K. I appreciate the support. And thank you to everyone on TikTok. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the people them that usually come. So my last thoughts, BLK, women glorify dysfunction, yes, and today we definitely saw dysfunction. We saw deflection. We saw never actually saying what we see. And a lot of times BLK females think that everything that I say is from music and social media and these useless trends and the news. No, this is all data collected. This is what the majority are doing. But you BLK females are the majority. And it's so eternally normalized to you that you don't even see it as dysfunction. So when someone calls it out, that's when you really see who they are. So yes, thank you once again. I appreciate you. Thank you, Nate, for joining me. Thank you, Jamaican. Thank you. Thank you to the moderators. Shout out to Skinny Boy, my moderator on YouTube. Thank you. And everyone else came on YouTube as well. I appreciate you guys. I will be back live on Monday night. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out. Have a lovely weekend, lovely day, and lovely night. Okay, bye.
Because